was a black god represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere, but you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check, it's gonna come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it, if you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow some way becomes Allah, but that's up to y'all, that's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical King's Seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the King Hezekiah, and here we have an Ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masria in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine. Microphone check 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Good. Hotep Senuhela Senut Iti Ren Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this video is Saneta Disrespecting West Indians. Yes, indeed, I am not bluffing. If you know anybody from the West Indies, any Caribbeans, any West Indians, then let them know, because they're going to be surprised. We already have V. Bennett in the place to be, who wrote, yeah, he is a page out of Frantz Fanon's book, The Wretched of the Earth, Les Damnés de la Terre. He sees himself as American and you as French law. We have Donnie Williams in the place to be. Oh, Donnie Williams just wrote, just for the record, I've been not messing with Frankie, so y'all don't think I'm following. Oh, I don't mind if people listen to the homie, because he's directing quite a fair bit of groupies, you know. So it's good to know every now and then what they're all about. I personally look at the titles, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for example, I saw that there's a live stream coming up. Let's see if it's still showing about sacrifices in Kemet. Hold on, live. Let me because you know how quickly they change the titles. Hold on. I'll go there. See, that's a House of Clowns, House of Rape. And here, upcoming live stream scheduled for um, the 2nd of March at 12 a.m. Human Sacrifice in Ancient Egypt, Part 2. If no other show schedule. So if he doesn't have any show, if he doesn't have any child molesters on his panel, and he's short of topics, then they will address human sacrifice in ancient Egypt. Now, that being said, let me holler at Frankie, man. So I want to hear it from his mouth, man. If he talked about my mom and dad, man. Let me holler at the dude, man. He's probably shaking now that he sees my name calling, so he might curse unless does not reply. He's probably sweating already now. Don't be scared, Frankie. I ain't gonna bite you. Oh man. He's so brave with his groupies. With his only 5 moderators. Booty shaking moderators. Twerking moderators. He's so brave. With child molesters, he's so brave. Man. Let me leave that dude a message, man. Don't be scared. I just want to ask you if you really talked about my mom and dad. That's all. I gotta be careful because those guys. Frankie got to get his tape recorder. Gotta be careful with those people, man, because he might threaten to sue me for harassment or something. Leaving one voice message is not harassment. All right. Let's try again and then we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty. I have a couple of bonuses as well. Don't be scared, Frankie. I ain't gonna bite you. I was told you talked about my mom and dad. So just be a man and own up to it if you did talk about my mom and dad. That's all. Let's see what's up. Don't be scared, Frankie. Don't be scared. If you're man enough to say it once, you'll be man enough. You'll be not man enough to say it again. You'll be man enough to say it twice. Did you really talk about my mom and dad? If you are man enough to say it once, you should be man enough to say it again. There it is. All right. We have 30 people online. I only informed the people about this live stream just less than half an hour before the scheduled time. Usually I do it at 4 p.m. EST. This time is 3 p.m. EST. Let's listen up to Frankie disrespecting West Indians. You heard right. Frankie disrespecting West Indians. Oh, okay. I have to share the media player because it's not MP4. So actually, that's better because I can put the volume even louder. So put the volume up all the way, and now I'm going to share the player. Worse, I can convert the file, but you know what? It should be okay. Hold on. So do share screen window. There it is. All right. So I'm gonna mute my mic and play it. There's no sound. Is there any sound? Because I tried with the app. Let me check. Maybe I should have do the system audio. Hold on. No, it doesn't say. So no, there was no sound. Daniel Williams says no. Dang. Okay, I'm going to convert the file. Shouldn't take long. Shouldn't take long. Convert. Shouldn't be long. Oh, you're gonna hear something. Trust me. Can close the other thing. You're gonna hear something. You're definitely gonna hear something. I'm telling you. Hey, how you doing, Andrea Brunet? I was gonna take it easy on him, but him talking about my mom and dad, I'm like, all right, you're gonna get your clap back, man. You're gonna get your karma. Dude is inviting convicted child molesters, and he has the nerve to talk about my mom and dad. Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna try the website. Now I did this one. I'm gonna open a few. Okay, I have two here. So here. Yeah, the first one is probably a bit slower. The second one, has uploaded and now it's going to convert. It will surely be quicker than the first one. I wish they would show a level. Okay, there it is. Conversion 41% already. All right. So hopefully 100%. Okay, so I should be able to download in a couple of seconds. There it is. That one is great. It's great. Quick. All right, let's try. We'll be in download this time. Let me try it. Video file. This time I go to download. Let's see.
It's Willie Lynch.
So why should they listen to you?
It's Willie Lynch
This
right
is
here.
Willie Lynch at his
It's Willie
best.
Lynch.
Willie Lynch at
Another
his
West,
best.
another West
Willie Lynch.
Indian.
Go ahead.
Another West Indian.
Another
Willie
West
Lynch.
Indian.
Go over
Another
to
West
Get this, another damn West Indian
Another West
bootlicking ass
Indian. Willie
nigga.
Lynch.
Another bootlicking.
Willie Lynch.
Look, you gonna come in my face, man. You
Yeah.
ahead, man. You don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on the plantation.
Bootlicking ass nigga, man.
Protecting the cracker. Protect the
Bootlicking ass
cracker.
nigga.
Go ahead.
Y'all selling crackers, okay?
Protect Whitey.
Protecting the cracker.
Protect Whitey.
Keep on protecting Whitey, nigga.
Yeah, if they don't exist, you know
Where the
exist.
fuck is he? These white folks, these black people, these black people come to the aid of this white man. Yeah, come on back, brother.
Y'all pregnant, I can't help you.
Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
Come on back. I gotta.
Come on, yeah,
Come on. Come on.
Work somewhere.
Man, shut up. Come on.
You work for the white man.
Come on over here.
You work for the white
Shut
man.
the hell up.
You work for the white man. You work for the white man.
Your damn self.
You work for the white
All
man.
you goddamn banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us something.
Added crack sellers,
Yeah.
marijuana
All you
sellers.
banana boat motherfucking West Indians come here and try to tell us something.
Same boat you are.
Yeah.
They're gonna drop
Come on, man.
you all
All
here
you
and
banana
drop
boat
you off.
motherfuckers come
Yeah,
here
but you
and try to
don't have
tell
to pay
us
for the
something.
banana
You
boat. You
can't
don't
tell us a
exist.
damn thing. You want to kiss the white man ass,
We
you
come
kiss his
here to
ass.
let you know that
You
you
want to
can
kiss
live
his ass,
on
you
the-
kiss his ass.
We come here
Don't
to
come
let
here
you
and try
know
to
that
tell
you
us.
can project.
All you goddamn motherfucking banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us what to do.
Who
Get the
exists
hell
and
out
who
of
is
here.
rich and who owns everything on this block? You?
Get the hell out of here.
Foreigners own
If you
everything
want
on
to
this
kiss the
block,
white
not you.
man butt, you kiss it.
We
Don't come
even
tell
buy-
us what to do.
We can't even buy a bagel from you.
You don't
Why
tell
you
us what
own
to
that?
do, man.
You can buy a DVD from us and free your mind. You can buy a book from us and free your mind.
They're all
You can buy a book from us. You can buy a book from us and free your mind. Willie Lynch.
All you
Willie
Willie Lynch niggas.
Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch. You bootleg. You's a bootleg Negro. You's a bootleg African. You a bootleg African. You a bootleg African. A bootleg African. You shouldn't even be proud to say that. You a disgraceful Jamaican. That's what you are. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. Here come the other one. Here
Down.
All right, so you know I wasn't bluffing. You know I wasn't bluffing. So I'm going to replay that. We're going to analyze that. Now, all the West Indians that you know, inform them. Now, there is the clown Garfield Reed with his invisible bachelor's degree in history and his $2 million and him being a bodyguard for Spike Lee and him dealing with Rastafarianism. I mean, he did it all, studying biblical history for the last 30 years, starting at 9 years old. He's from Jamaica. And at one point we heard, you're a disgraceful Jamaican. Now, there are two voices in this clip. Now, guess who's filming? The person who was filming is Frankie. The other person that we hear, we don't see anymore. I mean, I don't even know if the guy is still, with us. But he was known as Sutek. I heard his real name, first name. I'm not concerned with his surname. Is Jack. And he once said that he got DMX's first deal, but those people, who knows? But he used to be a regular You know, some people just know about those people, last few years, but he used to be a regular, and then I don't know, we didn't hear him anymore. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But you can clearly distinguish the voice of Frankie. Wab Funk wrote, "Wow, yes, indeed." So we already heard Sarnetta talking about Africans. We ain't no damn Africans, blah 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 blah. We already know Sarnetta allows people who celebrate the death of Africans on this platform, and he doesn't seem to think any less of the West Indians. Wab Funk wrote, "Sutek is still around somewhere." Well, maybe. I don't know if they are still cool or not, but so before I open the line, how do you feel? What's your reaction? What's your impression about what you've heard? Banana boat N word. Yes, you heard right. You heard right. We have 40 people online now. Just inform them. I know you know some West Indians. You know some West Indians. Yes, you do know some Caribbeans. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't lie. You do. Yes, yes, y'all. Let them know. Now, many who have been capping on that platform over there. Order. And now they be like, what? Say it ain't so. Lord of mercy. We had a good brother, Mr. Vegas. I don't know if he called that platform, but he did call Garfield's platform. I've already informed Imhotep 360 about this live stream. Just a few minutes. Well, actually, just as it started. Yes, let them know now. Send them the email. Send them the message on WhatsApp. Send them the message on Twitter, on Instagram, on MySpace, and all your social network. Send the text messages. Yes, yes, y'all. Those of you who are on Clubhouse, let them know. West Indians worldwide, let your fellow West Indians know that according to Frankie and the House of Consciousness, you are a banana boat N word. Yes, let them know. Let them know. I wonder how many of them will unsubscribe. I wonder how many of them will no longer be paid supporters. Now, of course, we're going to have a few groupies, the same groupies who will be in the hope of getting one of those twerking ladies, one of the ladies who take pictures, leg wide open, hiding in the fanny with the hand only. We've seen that. They'd be hoping, I want my twerking queen too. I want my booty shaking queen too. I want my twerking queen too. But those who have integrity and dignity will be like, oh, it's like that? All right, then. I'm out this piece. You have to know what you're promoting, man. You think people change and you hear them being xenophobic. Now, I was told he talked about my mom and dad, but you heard he's been talking about my geographic location as if it matters, as if it makes a difference. It didn't make a difference when I was a guest over there. And when I was a guest over there, and when I hopped on, and when he came on my platform and I spoke about child molesters, pedophiles, rapists, now he didn't have a problem talking about it. It sounded like he was against it. But then he pulled that B move and let us know what it's all about. Besides, I've already played when he said that Polite will never be on his platform again, whether he's found guilty or not guilty. And you've heard that he's not 100 because he told WAG 100 that he hates the Hebrews, can't stand their doctrines. But we have seen that for the last 2 years at least, the people who have been on his platform the most are Hebrew Israelites. The dude is not 100, man. He's a fake. A fake. The dude wouldn't even let me play the Farrakhan 3-minute clip, man. Uncomfortable. Folded like a little girl. Maybe he got some phone call. He ain't gonna tell people, peace and black power, family. I got some phone calls and I was scared due to this. So now I'm gonna rock with the dude. The dude has convicted child molesters, people who celebrate the death of black folks. But a 3-minute clip was a problem to him. But convicted child molesters is not a problem to him. Anyway, for those who just arrived, listen to Frankie, aka Sa Neter, disrespecting West Indians. You heard right. And you will hear even better.
Willie Lynch.
So why should they listen to you?
Willie Lynch
This
right
is
here.
Willie Lynch at his
This
best.
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch at
Another
his
West,
best.
another West
Willie Lynch.
Indian.
Go ahead.
Another West Indian.
Another
Willie
West
Lynch.
Indian.
Go over
Another
to
West
Get this, another damn West Indian
Another West
bootlicking ass
Indian. Willie
nigga.
Lynch.
Another bootlicking.
Willie Lynch.
Look, you gonna come in my face, man. You
Yeah.
go ahead, man. You don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on the plantation.
Bootlicking ass nigga, man.
Protecting the cracker. Protect the
Bootlicking ass
cracker.
nigga.
Go ahead.
Y'all selling crackers, okay?
Protect
Protecting
Whitey.
the cracker.
Protect Whitey.
Keep on protecting Whitey, nigga.
Yeah, if they don't exist, you don't
Where the
exist.
fuck is he?
Why don't exist?
These white folks, these black people, these black people come to the aid of this white man. Yeah, come on back, brother.
Y'all regular, that can't help you.
Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
Come
big
on
bro.
back. I got it.
Come on, yeah,
Come on. Come
I
on.
work somewhere.
Now, you see, brothers and sisters, you see on the screen, it says the banana boat N-word, Nigga, from the islands. Guess who wrote that? He did. He filmed this video. He cursed out this West Indian, used all this profanity. All you MF West Indians try to come here and tell us something. He used the term banana boat N-word, and he even wrote it on the video, man.
Shut up, come on.
You
back,
work
big
for the
bro.
white man.
Come on over here.
You work for the white
Shut
man.
the hell up.
You work for the white man. You work for the white
You
man.
your damn self.
You work for the white
All
man.
you goddamn banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us something.
Added crack sellers,
Yeah.
marijuana
All
sellers.
you banana boat motherfucking West Indians come here and tell
All you mother effing West Indians come here and try to tell us something. I mean, that's clear enough. That's plain English. He's going to talk his way out of it, isn't he? Like child molesters talk their way out of their convictions. Like people who celebrate the death of black folks try to talk their way out of it.
us something.
Same boat you are.
Yeah.
They just drop
Come on, man.
you all
All
here
you
and
banana
drop
boat
you off.
motherfuckers come
Yeah,
here
but
and
if
try
I
to
had
tell
to
us
pay for the
something.
banana
You
boat, you
can't
don't
tell us a
exist.
damn thing. You want to kiss the white man ass, you
We come
kiss his
here to
ass.
let you know that
You
you
want to
can
kiss his ass, you kiss his ass.
We come here
Don't
to
come
let
here
you
and try
know
to
that
tell
you
us.
can project.
All you goddamn motherfucking banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us what to do.
Who
Get the
exists
hell
and
out
who
of
is
here.
rich and who owns everything on this block? You?
Get the hell out of here.
Foreigners own
If you
everything on
want to
this
kiss the
block.
white
not you.
man butt, you kiss it. Don't come tell us what to do.
We can't even buy a bagel from you.
You don't
Why
tell
don't
us what
own
to
that?
do, man.
You can buy a DVD from us and free your mind. You can buy a book from us and free your mind.
They're all
You can buy a book from us and free. You can buy a book from us and free your mind. Willie Lynch.
Oh, you
Willie
Willie
Lynch.
Lynch nigga.
And you see, the West Indian says, when the Sutek tells him, well, you can buy a DVD from us and for your money, you can buy a book from us and for your money. And I told you about this. Right? But I happened to, dig in my archive and came across it, you see. Buddy dogged Frankie. So the West Indian said, bootleg. For those who don't know, he used to sell DVDs in the street. And a fair bit of them were bootleg DVDs, That's the way he got down, you know what I'm saying? Now, Wild Funk wrote that Sai is from the islands too. Sai is Dominican. Some people are just strange. I mean, when you have convicted child molesters on your channel, When you have people who celebrate the death of black folks on your channel, and you claim to be for the people, for black people, you greet by saying peace and black power. That's strange in and of itself already, you know. So his origin is Dominican, but you know, I don't know what type of FBA vibe he's on. I mean, he had Tariq Nasheed not long ago. Know what I'm saying? Now the museum has opened. Some people say it doesn't really look like a museum, but hey, you know. Now let me check because I have some bonus. So this one I did. This one I think I did. Now we have 46 people online. Before I open the lines, I want to let you hear something that I talked about, and I found it in my archives. So let me see if I can play it. Oh, let me finish with this one.
Willie Lynch, you bootleg. You's a bootleg Negro. You's a bootleg African.
A bootleg Negro, a bootleg African. And listen to Frankie.
You a bootleg African. You're a bootleg African. A bootleg African.
It was his voice was not as loud as Sutek, but he did say bootleg African. You know what I'm saying? But that's the guy greeting peace and black power, and he is in the street, you know, saying bootleg African, you know, and his homie saying, yo, bootleg Negro.
You shouldn't even be proud to say that. You a disgraceful Jamaican. That's what you are. You a disgraceful Jamaican.
A disgraceful Jamaican. What's up with Garfield Reed?
You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. Here come the other.
And all of this because he wouldn't buy their DVD, man. Their bootleg DVD.
The one. Down.
Oh my goodness. Now, there's another one I want you to hear. If I go here. Oh, I thought I had it. I thought I did it. Well, let me see. Hold on. Bear with me just a moment. I thought I did it. Let me do that. Do this. MP4. I don't see MP4. I don't know why. Okay, let me try the other one then. So, gonna do this one. Convert to MP4. All right, shouldn't be long. It is uploading, then it will convert. It's a short one, so it will be very fast. It has finished uploading. Now it is converting. 8%, 45%, 80%. Done. Download. All right, let's listen up.
If you bought property for $50 and it's worth $32,000. Come up here if you bought property that's $1,628.02. If you bought property for $1,628.02 and it's worth $101,900, but you use your status correction in your trust, something that I teach. You spend only $1,600. Come here, my brother. Come. Hurry up. I'm running out of time. Can my family, my wife and children come? Can Solomon come up here? I have my own publishing company. I publish his book. Can Luan come up here? My head student and head caseworker. Come here, Luan. Bring your book. He put out his first book today. My head student. All people do is try to tear me down. They tell lies on me. Show me the results. I can put shit up here all day, but I got real people up here. Where's my other wife? Where's my other wife? Come on. My brother right here bought property for $1,628 and it's worth $101,000 he bought in Baltimore, Maryland. My brother right here bought his property for $50. My brother right here is on his front page newspaper for doing some crazy shit. And now he's here has hundreds of thousands of dollars in property. Thanks
For those who don't know, Sutek is the one here. Rabbi Nizar here, that's Sutek.
to my teachers. We become our own worst enemy.
In the back here, wearing the suit and the tie, that's Sutek. That's the one who was saying, you know, banana boat N-word and, you know, bootleg African and, you know, the previous clip that I played. That's the one who was disrespecting West Indians along with Frankie, a.k.a. Sanetta. So why did I make you... Non, mais tu peux pas venir ici, là. Yeah. Why did I make you hear this? Because I told you that the dude mentioned $50 property. Tu vas aller sur le lit, Merut? Avec le téléphone? Tu veux pas le téléphone sur le lit? Okay. And indeed, he mentioned status correction. Wap Funk wrote status correction. Ridiculous. That was a big thing back then, you know? People would pay for these kind of packages or whatever that is. But listen to what he says at the beginning.
Come up here if you want property for $50 and it's worth $32,000.
Come up here if you want property for $50 and it's worth, I don't know, $32,000. $50 property. Now, the thing I want you to hear. I told you about the anonymous slander video, right? Guess what I found in my archive?
Allah posted an anonymous slander video. My name is Shaka Ndugu Kemet. It's only so long fake ones can pretend. Truth will prevail.
Shaka's mad at the entire world because he's homeless. He's a refugee. Shaka lives in the same exact area as Baby Doc Duvalier. Baby Doc Duvalier is the biggest trader that Haitian has ever had in his life. Shaka lives across the street from Baby Doc Duvalier. So,
let me give you some context. The guy you're hearing talking is Ishmael Allah, who was a member of the Amen-Ra Squad. Now, you can see his account, Vegas View 77 in the middle. Now, at the top, I told you about this account. Look at the layout of YouTube. That was back in the day. The account is the Black Uncut. Uncut. It was just a brand new account. And look at who subscribed to the account, Anka Kek. All of a sudden, a brand new account, and he happened to subscribe in it. It's funny. How did he know about it? Out of the millions of YouTube accounts. Then at the bottom, you have the church going 5%er. He's a good dude who came to the community saying that he was a 5%er, but yet he said that he goes to church. You know what I'm saying? So that one actually favored the video. You see? So we have two Amen-Ra Squad, because he was an Amen-Ra Squad member as well. Two Amen-Ra Squad members, one subscribed to the account, the other one favored the video, and Uncle was trying to make me think that he doesn't know about it, he doesn't have anything to do with it. But anyway, so what happened just before we hear Ishmael Allah speak, I called on the platform. So sometimes I pulled up, just like I pulled up on the riparian nights. Then that Ishmael Allah acted unwise and uncivilized, like a barbarian, started cursing me out. So I bounced, you know, and I told you, I said, you know, jungle fever power, and then I bounced, you see. And then he proceeded to say some things. And guess what? The things he said are verbatim the same things that was said in the anonymous slander video. So here what I did, I let you hear the dude speak, say what he said after I left. And after that, you will hear the anonymous slander video. You will hear the robotic voice that I told you about, and you will see that it's the same things that was said. And I suspected it was him, but then I had a confirmation it was him. You know what I'm saying?
for Shaka to even be talking about African this and African that himself, he's the person who has to understand that he took an oath to France when he lifted up his hand and said that I now denounce Haiti and I'm a European citizen. So what Shaka needs to understand is that since he chose to walk away from Haiti, and no one that I know takes planes from Haiti, the people that I know from Haiti, from Miami, they come other ways than getting on a plane with a passport and flying to Europe. So I don't know what kind of lifestyle he was living in Haiti, but obviously he wasn't the Haitians that I know and that I roll with. The Haitians that I know and I roll with don't denounce Haiti. They can still go back. But Shaka can't, because he gave up that right when he became a French citizen. It's in the Constitution that he's not allowed to go back anymore.
Now that clown Ishmael Allah, what he just said was so ridiculous, so ridiculous. It's in the constitution that you're not allowed to go back anymore. What a bunch of damn BS. What a bunch of damn BS. Since when people with a French nationality are not allowed to go to Haiti? I mean, those guys make that's the same guy. And for those who don't know, listen why he was mad, because he lied live on air in front of the whole world, talking about his passport's nationality. Field says more.
Okay. So those lessons.
What is your nationality, brother Ish?
I'm a Moor, brother. I'm a Moor. I'm also Muskogee Creek.
Do you have a passport?
Yes.
What is written in the nationality field in your passport?
Oh, I'm a U.S. citizen.
But what is written in the nationality field of your passport?
My census is a Moor.
You're telling me it says Moor in your passport in the nationality field?
Yeah, I'm a Moor.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, in your passport, there's a nationality field. What is written in that field?
I'm a Moor, brother.
Yes, brother Ishmael, you know very well that's not the question I'm asking you. In your passport, because you said you have a passport, there's a nationality field. Now, what is written in the nationality field?
Moor.
You're telling me that Moor is written in the nationality field of your passport?
Absolutely, brother.
Can you show and prove that?
If I have to, absolutely, brother.
So here you heard him, and he was butthurt. Sometimes people just lie, and they're mad at you. Just like we played Frankie, he's mad at his own words, you see. And interestingly enough, this guy, who, like I told you, said that he was a Nation of Islam member, he even said at one point that he was a bodyguard for R. Kelly. I have a good memory. Now, you see his comment that he posted. It says, "Without question, I will." Oh, and he was back in the day a member of the Nation of Islam for a few years, something like that. He claims to be a 5%er. He claims to be a Moor, or he claimed to be a 5%er. I don't know if he claims to be a Moor, but the brother Anthony Harris just called him, and he had the video on his channel. So I even played an excerpt. What I'm saying? They were talking about the sovereignty and the lineage, indigenous Black Americans and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so he says, "Without question, I will always side with my brother. I will iron out any miscommunication with my family later. The open enemy is working overtime, and these fat white man bitches make a living shedding the blood of anyone who is in tune with the streets to keep the masses dependent on one voice and just who is the person. Khalid was the last one them N-words is ever gonna play a part in taking out. It's time to bust up and squat up on these mark-ass bitches." Ishmael Allah. He signed it. So you see the Nation of Islam members, he labeled them fat white man bitches. And people want to act like I'm the bad guy. Now, V. Bennett wrote, those guys are bigots towards their own kind. Then he wrote, what the hell is Ishmael talking about? He's just making up lies. Ishmael thinks black people are stupid. Donnie Williams was playing games. He must have a huge ego like to lie like that. Yes, a very big ego. I mean, some people they really think like, But anyway, and when he came on the scene, trying to refute South Sudan Seti. But later on, they were cool. He was part of the BPC, the Black Power Cartel, and then when he was revealed that his wife was white, and he was no longer a part of the BPC, and he was the good brother Frankie who revealed to the people that the dude's wife was white, and he did that publicly, It was information, you know. But when you criticize child molesters, it's no longer the information. Anyway, let me continue playing that stuff.
So when the old Aristide had left,
and for the record, the voice you hear, that's Onk, who was a host of the Amon Ra Squad. He did not say anything against all these xenophobic statements. But anyway,
Haiti, he went to South Africa. He didn't go to France with Duvalier, where Shaka lives at. So he's the person who totally had denounced Haiti. He's got to live with that, so he's mad at the whole world.
Shaka Ndugu Kamit is the happiest.
All right, so you've heard the part where he spoke live on the Amon Ra Squad show. Now you already heard the robotic voice, because he wouldn't own up to it, He was so butthurt after our exchange and he lied about his passport that he went and made an anonymous slander video. Also, a little bit of context. When he lied about that passport, what I did is I showed my Haitian passport because I was born with the Haitian nationality, you see. And I stated that now I have the French nationality. And the guy was acting like, as a grown man, I decided to change my nationality. And that's why he labels denouncing Haiti. Now, it was so amusing to me because I don't know how it is exactly now, but if you're born in France, well, at least at the time when you were born in France, you could be naturalized. So your parents will do the process. And then I think it's when I turned 16 that automatically I became a French citizen. So my parents did that for me. I'm saying they did all the paperwork and the stuff like that. And then automatically when I was 16, I became a French citizen. So he was trying to V. Bennett wrote, you are dual citizen, Shaka. Ishmael is so dumb. So he was trying to use that to say that I denounce Haiti, that I'm a traitor, which is ridiculous. But is the American citizenship better than the French citizenship? The people who have the American citizenship higher than the people who have the French citizenship? I mean, this nationality set tripping is just so ridiculous. And we heard what they said about Sekou. Sekou's still happy to go there. Hey, every man, has the right to do what they want to do. And we heard what Frankie Sanetta said about West Indians. I guess that's the allies. We're gonna have allies who disrespect West Indians. We're gonna have allies who invite convicted child molesters on the panel. We're gonna have allies who celebrate the death of Africans. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody have their views. Everybody's free to do what they want. So here, listen to what I label the anonymous in the video. We have 53 people online now, and compare to what you heard Ishmael Allah say.
Sell out of the Haitian people. What Shaka never told the people is that in order to become a French citizen, Shaka had to totally denounce Haiti as a nation. At the time, he became a French slave. This means Shaka Doc is nothing but a French cheap whore. Not only is Shaka a French whore, but his father is a French whore, and his no-good French mother is a filthy whore as well.
Now, you heard that for the record. And I told you that my father and my mother were disrespected. I didn't go into details about the profanity. I just said a lot of profanity, So you can hear, it's not like, oh, he said something that was offensive. It's clearly profanity. It's clearly insulting my father and my mother. So now when I'm told, Ishmael is a psycho. When I'm told that Frankie talked about my mom and dad, and he said they were liars, I'm like, it's a habit with these people, man. It's a habit with these people, There's a dude who was a moderator on Smash Rock World channel, he mentioned my mother. you know. But when I must say Ishmael, when Smash Rockwell got to know about that, he removed him from the post of moderator. See what happened when I made my video to address the situation. I thought he seen it. I thought he had seen it. So I was like, man, damn, man. Now even that gets surpassed. You know what I'm saying? So I made a video. I said a few things. I know he addressed it, but I didn't listen to it. You know. But then he's cool. He came on my platform later on. A couple of days ago, I went. I was still in Portugal. You know, for the museum. You know, that's just to chill on the beach. I didn't even go to the beach, but um I left some comment on his chat. You know what I'm saying? He read it live on air. So it was because somebody that was. I mean, I heard Chief X said that the dude is unstable. You know, and I did say that the dude was unstable. It's the dude claiming the Dagger Squad, that the Dagger Squad is dead, and the Dagger Squad don't even want him. But anyway, V Bennett wrote, "It's to cut energy, Shaka. Cuts make people crazy to the point where they are challenged by basic logic. They get abusive." Yeah. Now, wow, really? They still have a speaking spell toy? Oh, that was then. No, this is then. That's back then. Uncle apologized for all that mess, but lately he's been xenophobic, and I mean, hey. So anyway, let me just play this thing.
Shaka was a horse since 16. I dare you.
You see? You heard what I said. At 16 years old, I became a French citizen. Actually, now I think I may have shown my birth certificate, because when you get when the nationality changes, then they will add it in the birth certificate, and I think it says the year or the age. But I did mention it anyway. I did mention it. So either I mentioned it when I showed the passport, or maybe I showed my birth certificate as well. But it was just to be like, hey man, just stop it. Here's the nationality field, and you can see what it says here. And still to this day, the guy did not come clean to the community and say, okay, I'm sorry, I lied. I was carried away and I lied. You know what I'm saying? That's the integrity of these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
To deny that you Shaka Doc and your nasty sellout family did not denounce Haiti to get your French
nasty sellout family. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
citizenship. This little Creole bastard is just like his traitorous leader, Baby Doc de Valle. Both of these traitors live in France, Shaka Doc and Baby Doc. You sold out your ancestors, Toussaint Overture, Dissoline the Ferocious, Bookmon, and all of the true warriors of Haiti. Shaka Doc, the truth is, you hate black Americans because you have no home, and you are bitter, full of hate for those who did not denounce their nation like you did. Shaka Doc is a French slave that can never become Haitian again. What a pathetic, useless mulatto-looking Negro he really is.
Mulatto-looking Negro. Interesting.
While the real people are fighting for rights.
And check this out. He will have the nerves to say, I have a good memory. I haven't listened to that in years. That I'm having tea or coffee in Paris with some French woman or white woman, one of the two. I think we use white woman, but we will see. And the dude is married to a white woman. I mean, some people are just so amazing.
In England, Shaka Doc knows he cannot say a word about his French masters, or he will be kicked out. He tells you he is red, black, and green, but he sold out Haiti for the French flag. Shaka Doc, the traitor, is the most disgusting type of sold-out Negro. He cannot tell you his real French name, but proudly displays the fact that he is a French citizen. The French and Belgian history of the Congo of Africa is one of the most horrific tragedies.
Now it's like the French and Belgium. He's saying the French and Belgium history. I mean, like, what do I have to do with the crimes of France? It's like me saying, oh, you're American, you're African American. Well, in America, they had the slavery there, they had the plantations, you know what I'm saying? They had the Jim Crow law. I mean, dang. Then it's talking about Belgium. We know there were horrible things done by Leopold II, 10 million dead, in the Congo for the rubber. There's a documentary about this, Okay. But anyway, let's continue.
In modern Africa, and Shaka Doc has denounced his nation of origin to drink coffee and tea with white French women at the Eiffel Tower.
You heard it? To drink tea and coffee with white French women at the Eiffel Tower. The guy is married to a white woman and trying to say that I'm having drinks with white women as if it's a negative. I mean, some people are mentally challenged. All of this because of a inaccurate, false, wrong ideology, wrong doctrine. That's what happens. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Shaka Doc flies on airplanes and bullet trains to Europe, while the real Haitians are poor and devastated by earthquakes, while the French horror, Shaka Doc, never made any videos of the people's suffering, or to raise money for earthquake victims. But he was begging for money for his website, but not for innocent dead Haitians. Shaka Doc cares nothing of Haitian people. He denounced them as a nation. He only begs for website funding. He is a selfish Haitian traitor. Shaka Doc, a French homeless bastard in exile with no soul, he has no allegiance, except to his masters, because he has no home, no dignity, and limited knowledge. All he has is his French masters, and his desire for their approval. So Shaka Doc works online attempting to destroy those who wake up the masses of the people.
Attempting to destroy those who wake up the masses of the people. I mean, the accusations, man. I'm telling you, some people don't know about this, man. When I alluded to that, people may have thought that I was making things up, that I was extrapolating, man. I was like, for this Asiatic black man, dang, they called me an agent. They said I was working with the Mossad. You know what I'm saying? Man, hold on, I gotta plug the PC because the battery's gonna die. Hold on. Okay, let me continue playing that thing.
Shaka Doc, the happy French slave, is the mulatto Creole like W.E.B. Du Bois, and the talented tenth that make a living, attacking anyone that opens the eyes of the masses of black people. Shaka Doc is happy he has sold out his Haitian people. Shaka is the most filthy excuse of a human being, when you think about the fact that he takes pride in backstabbing the people of Haiti and makes multiple pseudo pages on YouTube so that he can put positive comments on his own useless videos.
The dude even accused me of putting positive comments on my videos. See, what's happening is that when they used to disrespect me, and I'm talking about the Amon Ra squad, you know, they made plenty of radio broadcasts on Blog Talk Radio, and I will reply. So the people will listen and they will reply and they will criticize them. They will blast them. You know what I'm saying? Just like some people who are not groupies do criticize the House of Clowns, the House of Rape, you know, the House of Scammers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we heard Frankie said so and so scammed me for more than $10,000. What do you have to do on the platform then? And he said he scammed other people. He said he scammed women. He scammed children. Why do you have to do this on the platform? That shows the dude doesn't have any integrity, you know, besides a rape accusation, you know. So, pardon? Papa, maman. So some people will make comments, you know, they will be appalled, you know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, I found an excerpt when somebody called their show to say that he was disappointed at their behavior, you know what I'm saying? And I will play that after. So psychologically, the dude cannot even fathom, cannot even envision the fact that some people would disagree with them, thinking that I'm went around creating different accounts to put positive comments on my videos. I mean, those guys are so delusional, man.
How pathetic can this French slave boy be to have to resort to such agent provocateur tactics? Shaka Doc is known for his agent provocateur activities against the Nation of Islam, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Supreme Wisdom, the Moorish Science Temple, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, natural Tahuti.
There was a video where Ishmael Allah, when he was part of the BPC, the Black Power Cartel, headed by Salahuddin Seti, he cursed Wesley Muhammad. He put the middle finger in the screen. He said, F your N words and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, he mentioned the Nation of Islam, didn't he? Do you see the comment that he wrote on the screen? 5 white man bitches. And he even had a DVD that he was selling with his friend. I forgot the name, but he might come back to me. But they knew each other for a long time. His friend had some family members who were into the Church of Scientology. You see, so they made a DVD dealing with the Nation of Islam's alliance with the Church of Scientology. You understand what I'm saying? So he was going hard on the NOI. You see, as a matter of fact, Sanetta even made a live stream dissing Ishmael Allah, saying, "Oh, you're going to the your white master going against the nation," and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm thinking, okay, I wanted to play a 3-minute clip of Farrakhan with his anti-black speech. Sanetta couldn't even wait for 3 minutes. It was too much for him. You know what I'm saying? Some people say they are Kemetic, but deep inside they are, and they will always be Asiatic black men, believing in the so-called supreme wisdom that says that Africans are living a jungle life. I repeat, Africans are living a jungle life. The Africans are not civilized. Let me continue with this, man.
Black groups, Amen Ra Squad, Lord Abba, African scholars.
Lord Abba, you see, Lord Abba, he was supposed to have discussion with me like on at least 2 occasions, but I think maybe 3 times he always had an excuse he couldn't make it. Lord Abba was not the best friend of the Amen Ra Squad, but that's how some people are. That's how some people are, They need backup. They need people, and it's so amusing, man.
5% Nation, Ali Muhammad, Black Panthers.
He even said Ali Muhammad. He's the guy, and I played that video not long ago, where we had Ali Muhammad claiming this Lemuria and some stuff of being indigenous to America, and then he showed you those rocks with some paintings, and you have some people with their phallus out and liquid coming out of it and stuff like that. So he used to call them Mu Booty, if I remember correctly. So he was making fun of Ali Muhammad, but here, because he lied about his passport, now he's bringing all the names of the people that he was never cool with. You know what I'm saying? It's so pitiful, man. And this is the same thing that Frankie is doing now. You know what I'm saying? We have Frankie on tape going in on the Mighty Hebrew, going in on Brother Polite, going in on other molesters and stuff like that. He said there's many Hebrews who teach that you can have sex with a 9-year-old girl as long as she has a period. He's on tape. But then he made his choice, the mullah, or as some people say, the payola. So then he has to go against me with as many people as he wants. But man, the dude is on tape already. Ain't no getting around having convicted child molesters on his channel. You know what I'm saying? He can try anything he wants.
All of these black organizations and the French slave Shaka has never made any videos on the scholarship of his Caucasian French masters. Shaka is the only one of all of these groups who denounced his black nation. He is proven to be a traitor. Shaka Doc is guilty of treason. You see, this is because Shaka Doc has to realize that he owes his master 100% allegiance and complete obedience because the Caucasians of Europe gave slave Shaka Doc a place to go when he turned his back on his own people. To do this is beyond disgusting. Shaka Doc is a happy lapdog for the French oppressor. It is clear that Shaka Doc has Caucasian in his family. When you see this half-breed looking pre-10, you can see his white grandparents emanate from his interbred traitor's mouth. The little Creole Shaka Doc realizes that being an anti-Haitian agent is a way to show how much he loves his French masters.
It's so funny how it goes from I denounce Haiti to I betrayed Haiti to I became an anti-Haitian agent. I mean, those people, man, it's just incredible. Funny though, I was rocking with the Amen Ra Squad for a good year. And after we had the exchange, when I asked him, are Africans living the jungle life? And he was defending that and asking, about the passport. Then all of a sudden, I became an agent. But for 1 year, I was rocking with them. These people, this is so amazing.
Oh Shaka, 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 I dare you to prove to us your name is even Shaka and Dugu Kemet.
He's going to make some statement about my physical appearance.
The real people already know the truth. You are a liar. You cannot tell us all. You have dual citizenship. You are only a French national horror, and you are beyond disgusting to denounce your ancestors. Since you blocked out your name, it is not even proven that that ugly, disgusting picture of the passport is even you. And
see, implying that the picture that I showed was not me. But you heard what he said about the picture.
Yes, that picture is surely ugly. Caesar the ape is more handsome. You must look like your mother, bright eyes. Aside from that ass crack that you call a face, is the fact that the passports you had are expired. Face it, French horror. You have no home on this planet. You are a vagabond, an agent vagabond, who has convinced no one. If you would sell out the very people that you were raised with, then we all realize that you don't care about anyone in America. You're a homeless French horror. Nothing more. Shaka Doc, the little Creole high yellow, Haitian agent who is a French citizen. The truth is you are ex-Haitian, and your mission is to help your French masters. What a happy French slave. Watch closely at Shaka Doc's videos and you see the same pattern, and his exclusion of anything critical of the French. Anyone who still supports this slave Shaka Doc, when he admits that he had to denounce his Haitian identity and embrace his French master, is a fellow traitor and should be treated as an agent provocateur. Shaka made the choice to betray his people for his white masters. He cares even less for America. In closing, you wear the name of your French master because you worked for your French master. You are the biggest sellout of Haiti. You denounced Haiti to live in France, and you are beyond disgusting. You are gladly and forever Napoleon's nigger. You have been exposed, and your online agent career is officially over.
Listen, this is what I want to say to the brother Shaka.
Now, you see, that's Son Jetty. That's Son Jetty. And I addressed him. I said, man, what? After the dude called me a F-boy several times, and I left, this is what Son Jetty said.
Yeah, you know, so he can hear this when
I don't know why he hung up.
All right, but listen, this is what
Uncle saying, I don't know why he hung up. For some people remember that, you know, and I might have the exchange somewhere, but he kept calling me a F-boy, so I was like, man, I'll bounce, man. I'm not gonna stay 5 minutes cussing each. No, this
is where, brother Shaka, this is where you messed up. You messed up because you're over in France, and you had the perfect opportunity to network with scholars on the other side of the water, right? And you messed it up. We invited you onto the show last year, and for us all to have building sessions, we even at one point considered you an honorary member of the squad. And we had many different mentalities coming together. And then for some reason, you decided to jump off, and then now you want to start bad mouthing and slandering us. You destroy. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Shaka, you messed up big, brother. You really messed up.
Okay, now before I start addressing the points that he made, it's always good to know what people are, who they are, what they're all about, their character. And this time it is lowly. The dude is not only a fence rider, but a hypocrite, and I will tell you why. Okay. Now, first of all, he's talking about I messed up an opportunity to network with scholars on the other side of the water. He implies that because I live in Europe, then I had the opportunity to deal with scholars in America. Now, first of all, you using the word scholars, you know, dude's talking about Cain and Abel is a story about African people. I'm like, please. Dude talking about Allah is in the Egyptian text. I'm like, please. But I leave it there. Now, then the dude said that they invited me. And also that I was considered an honorary member. And this I know because the host told me that on the phone. It's the host who invited me. Okay? And yes, I was invited. And yes, I respectfully declined, which I have a right to. Okay? It's a choice. The offer is an offer. It's a request.
I don't have to. I'm not obligated to accept. If you are crushed, or like people say, butt hurt, because I refused, right, I respectfully declined to be part of this team, then it's a shame. I don't have to. I have the right to refuse for whatever reason. I run a website. I've been running that website, right, since 2004. There's a French and English section. I don't just talk on the phone. That's easy to do. My website started before YouTube, before Facebook, before Twitter, before BTR. So it's not the same as just picking the telephone and talking about Cain and Abel deals with pastoralists and agriculturists. So, he's dealing with African people. Or Heru, Allah is in the Egyptian text that you call scholarship, right? Or black means death according to science, and you don't have nothing to say about that, little homie. So, dude talked about for some reason I decided to jump off, and then I want to start bad-mouthing and slandering brothers. This is the same little homie who said earlier during the same show that he was losing respect for me because I don't call their Black Means Death show to deal with that Sumerian, so-called Black Sumerian issue. I made a video, Black Sumerians, when if...
Yes, brothers, this is the Amara Squad was pushing that Black Sumerian stuff, man. Some of you don't know, man.
Okay? If you want to talk about Sumerians, 50,000 years ago, 10,000 BC, be my guest. But from 2600 BC to later times, it is what it is. Same dude, the host, talking about, I don't give a F what Oxford said. Maybe that's one of the, yes, so many reasons. Because they were breaking down movies in the beginning of the show. Because for those who don't know, that show is not public. You cannot listen to it. You cannot download it publicly. Maybe they put it back on to save face. In the beginning, they were breaking down movies.
Yes, now you have people, removing videos. When Sanada called Reggie a bitch, when Sanada called Garfield a bitch, the live stream was no longer there. Because he wanted Garfield's platform and call them the B word. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's other instances of live streams that they have removed for whatever reason. So back in the Blog Talk Radio days, 10 years ago, a decade ago, they did that as well because they realized they were on some nonsense.
Movies, and they were breaking down the Bible, talking about it comes from a true story. And then the same dude who at the beginning of the show was quoting scholars from Oxford, when he speaks to me, he's talking about, I don't give a F what Oxford says, because that's the books that I quoted. You can see how the irony, how they're so pathetic. He's in the beginning of the show saying, oh yeah, those white people from Oxford, they've been dinging, it's all good. But when I make my video, for those who wonder, my video is entitled White Semites, Black Awakening. You can see it for yourself. That's what got this little homie Asiatic wannabe all up in arm, because they know that when we see that these so-called Asiatic black men were actually white, it's a problem for their doctrine and its spook ways. Okay? It's a big problem. And noteworthy as well, dude talked about there's some white Africans. I couldn't finish my thought, but are there any black Europeans too?
I let you guess who said there were some white Africans, I ain't gonna say no names.
I don't know if it's gonna be a semantic game or gonna say, oh, actually there's some black people in Europe, because there's some black people in Europe. But it is what it is. That was just for the record. So now I'm moving right along. Dude is in here talking about, for some reason, I decided to jump off, and then I want to start bad-mouthing and slandering brothers. First of all, I never slander no brothers. I stick to truth. Everything I say, I substantiate it. I back it up.
So, you see, recently, Frankie talk about slander. Some people are so weak, man. They make so many accusations, and you quote the dudes, you cite the dudes, and all of a sudden it becomes slander.
Okay. Now, it goes the other way around. Okay. It's a recap right here. I asked a question about the so-called lessons, saying that is Christianity, I'm paraphrasing, I think it's 551 years old. Okay? That's my only scene. Then the Asiatic dude, the Arab flunky, okay, dude who teach that black means death, and who don't want to say no to the...
And for the record, I use the term Arab flunky because that's a term he was using for Nation of Islam members. He used to call them Arab flunkies.
Question, are Africans living a jungle life? Maybe he wants today, because he can see it looks real bad. But back then, he was being stubborn in his Asiatic ways. Okay? He came outside talking about, I'm doing mischief making. And after that, everybody can everybody go to the link in the description box. There will be a video entitled Delusional Squad. You will hear how these dudes were talking about, I'm living in Europe, I don't know how it is in America, it's a cultural gap, blah blah blah. Yeah, we didn't know about museums and blah blah blah.
That was Ankh. We didn't know about the Louvre. We didn't know about those museums. All we heard is his lessons. You know what I'm saying? You know, so not long ago when Ankh was like, yeah, in America, I'm like, yeah, there you go. People act like if you don't live in America, you don't know what's going on in America. I mean, those whack talking points, they are a decade old, man. I'm telling you, man. They don't have anything to say, so they will come up with those weak talking points.
You understand what I'm saying? And later on, dude, actually doing the same show, you can hear at the end, that's when the dude started calling me a F-boy. Now it's a pattern. Now he does it every time. Then he calls me a F-boy. So where were you, Mr. Morality? Huh? When I asked question about Arabia being the best part of the planet Earth, and little homie called me ignorant, where were you, Mr. Morality? I didn't hear.
Yes, the Nation of Islam's Supreme Wisdom lesson says that Arabia is the best part of the planet Earth. That the only holy place is Mecca. That's what they teach, man. And that Heru Horus Aha-1, who made a slander video against me, you know, who favored that video, that anonymous slander video, he labeled me ignorant. And I don't know how old he is now, but he was very young back then. You know what I'm saying? He was very young. You know what I'm saying? And none of them said anything. You know what I'm saying? So because I disagree that Arabia is the best part of the planet Earth, I'm ignorant. This is the Asiatic black man way. You know what I'm saying? You understand why Unc apologized after a while? Because I look messy as heck.
Hear your mouth then? When the dude called me the N-word, where were you, Mr. Morality? I didn't hear your mouth back then. Huh? When the dude was talking slick about the sister, where were you, Mr. Morality? I didn't hear your mouth then.
And I told you also that this same church-going 5% that disrespected the sister Sultanati Head Heru, I didn't like that, so I spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? And then he was mad, and then he made a slander video against me, and then the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? But when he did the sister, I didn't hear Sanjay say anything. You know what I'm saying? But then he's like, oh, you start bad Mavi brothers. Man, please.
When the dude made a video slandering me, claiming that I am not heterosexual, where were you? I didn't hear you mouth then. Okay? When the little homie spoke in the name of the squad, talking about a couple of other members from the squad suspected that I am not straight, where were you, Mr. Morality? I didn't hear your mouth. Dude is talking in the name of the goddamn squad. When the dude made a video calling me an agent, where were you, Mr. Morality? I didn't hear you. Damn, you goddamn hypocrite. I didn't hear you then. You didn't have jack to say. But now you want to run your little sugary mouth? You must be out of your goddamn mind. Recognize who you're dealing with. Okay?
Oh, okay. So I don't need to play the whole thing. But just for the record, you've heard the robotic voice, the anonymous slander video, which was uploaded on YouTube. Now, check this out. The anonymous slander video was made before. Then when I called in, I pulled up on their show. He called me the F-boy. I bounced. And what did he say when I bounced? That's how he was busted.
Ishmael Allah busted in anonymous slander video. My name is Shaka Ndugu Kemet. It's only so long fake ones can pretend. Truth will prevail.
Shaka's mad at the entire world because he's homeless. He's a refugee. Shaka lives in the same exact area as Baby Doc Duvalier. Baby Doc Duvalier is the biggest trader that Haitian has ever had in his life. Shaka lives across the street from Baby Doc Duvalier. So for Shaka to even be talking about African this and African that himself, he's the person who has to understand that he took an oath to France when he lifted up his hand and said that I now denounce Haiti and I'm a European citizen. So what Shaka needs to understand is that since he chose...
The dude said, I lifted up my hand and said, I now denounce Haiti. Like, as if people say that when they get the French citizenship. Now, even if they don't say, I now denounce whatever country I came from, did somebody tell him that people raise their hand when they get the French citizenship? I mean, I don't know. He watched too many movies, man. This ain't a quote, man. This ain't like I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, man. Man, he should have added, and then he put his hand on the Bible while he was at it.
to walk away from Haiti, and no one that I know takes planes from Haiti. The people that I know from Haiti, from Miami, they come other ways than getting on a plane with a passport and flying to Europe. So I don't know what kind of lifestyle he was.
So if you listen to this great geopolitical teacher, the Haitians who traveled to Europe, they all took the boat. Nobody took a plane. You know what I'm saying? These guys. Oh my goodness.
Living in Haiti, but obviously it wasn't the Haitians that I know and that I roll with. The Haitians that I know and I roll with don't denounce Haiti. They can still go back. But Shaka can't, because he gave up that right when he became a French citizen. It's in the Constitution that he's not allowed to go back anymore. So when the old Aristide had left Haiti, he went to South Africa. He didn't go to France with Duvalier, where Shaka lives at. So he's the person who totally had denounced Haiti. He's got to live with that, so he's mad at the whole world.
Shaka and Dugu can.
So you can compare how he was busted, Now, for those who wonder when it says Shaka Doc, you have Duvalier, you have the father, and you have the son, you see? So the father was a medical doctor, so he was nicknamed Papa Doc. The son was nicknamed Baby Doc. So that's why he said Shaka Doc, you see? So that's how he was busted. It was such a bad move, such a bad look. Now, let me go to the comments. Hold on. V. Bennett wrote, this is ugly, Shaka. It tells me a lot about Ishmael's psychology. And for those who don't know, Ishmael Allah was an Aman squad member. And later on, he was kicked out. Later on, he was kicked out. But they rolled with him when he did all these things, when he said all these things, V. Bennett wrote, "They're pathetic, dude. This is embarrassing as hell. No integrity at all. Just pathetic examples of weak men." Donnie Williams wrote, "This is ridiculous." V. Bennett wrote, "He called you an agent provocateur, and yet he is the one making computer voice harassment videos." So, you see, no disrespect to my brother Smash Rockwell, but I did type in the chat, the squad, fly my videos and stuff. They have, some of my accounts removed. I'm not known for lying since 2004. And here you have some evidence. Now, I don't have all the other live streams. I mean, I had them, and it's a shame because if I would have kept them, I could have played them, made commentary, but you have to free up space, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, the host apologized, but man, it was real messy back then. But once again, during that period of time, Smash Rockwell, I would say he wasn't really a member then, because he wasn't really like not to my knowledge. I think it's after that he became a member. You see, so like I said, I don't think he knows all those things that happened. He knew a little some, you know what I'm saying. And indeed, he did, share Ivan Van Sertima's quote about the jungle, you know what I'm saying? So, but there's so many things that happen, and, I'm sure he didn't know about all these things, you know what I'm saying? So, some of you know about these people, recently, and when I say these people, I mean, the Amin Ra squad, the what Unc allowed to go on his own, platform, Blog Talk Radio. But yeah, that was messy as hell, man. That was messy as hell. So now you get a better idea when I talk about Anonymous Land, the video, and all these things, you know what I'm saying? So V. Bennett wrote, "These dudes weak." V. Bennett says, "Where Ching Ching at? They have child minds." I mean, you heard Ishmael Allah, very childish, talking about my pictures, discussing this is insulting my mother, insulting my father. I mean, man, I wonder if Ishmael's wife knows he make these comments about mulattoes and white people. They are self-proclaimed scholars, Lord. Shaka tearing their behinds up a decade ago, Lord. Donnie Williams wrote, "I didn't know that, Shaka." V. Bennett wrote, "Shaka had no mercy on their behinds." And he added, "You called it out back then, Shaka, and these cornballs are so fake they're pretending they don't remember." Yeah, some people, it's convenient that sometimes have memory loss. You know, I don't recall that. You have to tell me what you're talking about. I have no recollection of that. V. Bennett wrote, Shaka, you sound like their daddy, lol. The USA, they make you raise your hand, lol. Ishmael just lies to fill in any blanks along the way, no problem. And while Funk added, Ishmael Bay suffers from a serious identity crisis. He's a Native American Asiatic black monk. You got me there, Wild Funk. Ishmael Bey suffers from a serious identity crisis. He's a Native American Asiatic black Moor who's a Muslim that goes to Christian church and has Moroccan heritage. No. The guy who used to go to church is the Horus Aha one, who was a Amarasqua member as well. Ya Soldier was an Amarasqua member, but it didn't last long, you know. It's that dude. The church going 5% is not Ishmael Bey. It's not Ishmael Allah. I don't recall Ishmael Allah ever going to church. I just want to clarify that for the record. I don't want people to say that, you know, I'm slandering. You know what I'm saying? Now, V. Bennett wrote, I'm laughing my lungs out today. So before I open the lines, I want to play an excerpt from the Blog Talk Radio BTR. I've used it in some of the audio. I've used that term. That's Blog Talk Radio. You know what I'm saying? Before things were popping on YouTube, it was popping on Blog Talk Radio, and there was also, you know, the Ning networks. You know what I'm saying? And there was the Liberation Unit. You know, some people knew about SETI from the Liberation Unit. Then SETI, you know, started, you know, uploading on his YouTube channel, and then the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? And all this time we didn't hear about Reggie. First time we saw Reggie, he talked down on SETI. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the last video I'm gonna play. I mean, you know, if some people want to share some stuff, it's okay. But then after that, I'm gonna open the line. So where is it? It's gonna be here.
What's your next caller, man? Make line open. Yeah, you listen to the Amara Squad. The caller number is 347-857-2055, man. It's one of them nights, man. 347, your line is open. What's your name? Where you calling from? Amara Squad up.
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Rohan, man. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
What's good, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Kind of disappointed in you, brother, but is there
what you disappointed me for? What part of the language is you disappointed me for, bro?
To be honest with you, I don't want to discuss it publicly, brother. Is there like a number where I can hit you, or email I can hit you privately?
No, but if I did it in public, let's deal with it in public.
No.
Because I bet you it's a language.
I'm sorry?
I bet you it's a language.
It's the language? When you say the language, what do you mean?
Meaning like we're trying to communicate, but since we're communicating in a trickology type of language, right? I'll present a concept, right? But the concept don't go over with your understanding of it.
No. Let me kick it straight to you. The reason why I don't want to really discuss it publicly because I don't want you to be defensive. It's not an attack, and
listen, hold on. I'm not gonna be defensive.
Okay,
I'm gonna do what I do. Just do what you do.
I don't want to be like a shouting match or anything like that, man.
I ain't gonna start shouting.
Okay.
Depending on what you say.
Basically, it's not what I said, bro. I mean, I was listening to my man Shaka Indigo Kemet's show. I guess you and him talked, you build. You had a dialogue, and I was listening to you, bro, and I couldn't follow you, brother. I mean, your answers just weren't making much sense. You know, in my mind, it seems as if you were trying to defend an indefensible point.
Man, over the whole that Shaka do Kimmy shit. Let's deal with this for a minute.
Okay.
That's 3 years ago, right?
Okay.
Think about that for a minute. Give me the whole context of it. Why are niggas still on that?
That's why didn't I just say I just wanted to talk to you about it privately, bro? I didn't want to do it.
No, we can talk right now. I want everybody to hear that. Because everybody gonna listen to it. I'm not trying to defend an indefensible point because I ain't the one that should have to be defending it. Think about that too.
All right, now. You already. It's like, put it this way, man. I didn't like how you sounded.
Think about that though, yo. Really focus on that for a minute.
Focus on
you
what?
gotta ask yourself, why is this individual still tripping off that? Off of a question, right, that you keep asking when you watch this. It's called being facetious. You already know what the answer is.
I understand that point.
You know what I'm saying? So you ask me, so I figure.
Hold on. So hold on. Let me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and finish. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying, so if you already know what the answer is, if a person say, I'm a United States citizen, you talking about the passport thing, right?
Yeah. So for me,
no, watch this. Watch this. Let's listen to it real closely. Seriously. If you ask a man, right, do you have a passport? And they say yes, right? Then they say, what's on your passport, correct? And the person say, I'm a United States citizen. Now, what does that mean? As a United States citizen, what do United States citizens have on their passport?
No, I understand that, Unc. But let me put it to you like this.
Wait. Do you understand it? So if you
yes,
understand that, right, and you keep answering the question, and I just say fuck it and say more or something more, then that means at some point I just said fuck it. I just went on ahead and I fucked with you with that because you should know that.
Let me put it to you like this. Let me say it like this. The reason why I wanted to have this conversation with you just probably not on the air because I didn't want to. I understand it happened a while ago, but in listening to it, it sounded again. In listening to it, brother, it sounded as if, for me, when I heard it 3 years ago. I listened to it carefully. In my mind, in an intelligent person's mind, basically, it seems as if he caught Ishmael Allah he put him in a box, and because he has maybe I don't know if he had some Islamic dealings before he's involved with something Islamic, he couldn't get out of it. He couldn't just say. He said in the nationality field, I think Morris put in his past. I'm like, it's just not a good look, bro.
It is a good look. Cause that's why it's a good look. Who gives a fuck what's on a nigga passport, yo? How about that? Let's say it with words on it. Why would a nigga tell you? You know what I'm saying? Suppose it was some shit that ain't nobody really supposed to know. Suppose it was.
Nah, bro.
Okay, so I'm saying nah, bro, too, but watch this. I'm saying nah, bro, too. So, what's the purpose? See, that's the whole point. What's the purpose in it? It has to be a purpose.
What I'm saying is, let me just.
And I'm gonna defend my man. Watch this. I'm gonna defend a brother, right, wrong, or indifferent. Because I got enough sense to know that when he fucking with a nigga, I know, I would know when you've been calling here long enough, right? I know your intelligence level. Listen to me.
Right.
So if you say something that's totally off the records, you know what I'm saying? I know you fuck with science, engineering, right? So if you say something, if a person questions you down this motherfucker like a federal agent question you down, and you hit him with some crazy shit, I know you just fucking with him because I know you. You routinely talk about science. You routinely talk about engineering. So if you say, yeah, a nigga can fly, I know you tripping. I know you fucking with the person. That's common sense, man.
What I say is this. Though. This is my wish. This is just me. This is an individual. I love and wish that you guys could hash that. Not you personally, but I mean the team, whatever. To hash those little differences out. You understand what I'm saying?
What differences, Joe? Let's just say the nigga did lie about the passport. Who gives a fuck? So he lied about what's on his passport. And?
No, you can't be like that, Angie. You can't.
I can't be like that. I can exactly be like that. You know why I can be like that? Let me tell you why I can be like that, bro. Hold on. I can be like that because the individual, right, he can always see the twig in everybody else's eye, but can't see the fucking lug in his eye. Routinely. Ask him. He will tell you he did absolutely nothing.
Yo, let me just say this, brother.
I'm just saying, dude, listen.
I hear you.
You can't make me hate. Listen, you can't make me hate Wesley Muhammad. You niggas can't make me hate Yasser El. I can just like what they say. No, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. just because I go back and forth with Yasserel, the Hebrew Israelites, don't mean that I hate the brothers.
Okay. I have no problem with that.
I totally dislike, I don't respect what they teach. I think it's a bunch of foolery. But at the end of the day, if they're getting to something, I got to help them out because they family, dog. And just because they don't recognize that don't mean I know that. And ain't nobody really crazy because at the end of the day, if they're kicking our door down and you're living beside a Hebrew Israelite, he going to help you out. He ain't got no choice because they're kicking his door down next. And all that religious shit go out the door anyway. So if you live in another country and you don't get that,
no, I understand.
Like you know how many people out and say, man, fuck you. You know how many people out and said that to you?
No, I understand. I guess.
And hold on. You know how many people that said that to me, right? But that don't mean they just hate me forever. That means for that moment, for that space, we got a little tough with each other, a little slick, and we say fuck each other. Next month, yo, we might be all right. But that's how it is being in the black community. A nigga might crack a joke on you, talk some shit, but then y'all in the same hood the next week, and y'all work it through. Some people don't understand that.
I mean,
I swear to goodness, yo, you call some niggas a name, yo, and they don't understand that, dude, it was just a name, dude. You supposed to call the nigga a name back. I'm just telling you some real shit, dude. I'm telling you some real shit. I come from a neighborhood where niggas will joke you down, call you all kind of names, and you call them names back. And then next month, y'all cool again. That's just what it is, man.
I have no problem with that, bro. Yeah,
so Wesley can say, fuck my yacht. Listen, Wesley can say, fuck my yacht. Listen to me. And I cuss his motherfucking ass out. And then next month, we back on some normal shit. Because that's just what it is. I'm not going to shoot and blow his head off.
I understand. I understand that. I mean, with Wesley Muhammad, though, you know, I put him on a whole different category, but I don't hate him.
What's the category for Wesley Muhammad? Let's talk about what is his category? What category would he be in besides teaching foolishness?
Oh, that's it. That's the category. For me, because he has a PhD, and I know he knows when he's bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I put him in a whole different category. But if I saw him on the street and let's say he started a conversation, I wouldn't have a problem talking to him. I don't hate him. I just think he's disingenuous when it comes to the scholarship per se. I mean, I learned a lot from listening to you guys. He probably knows way more than I do, but I've seen my issue with Wesley Muhammad is I've seen where he realizes he's incorrect, and instead of just saying that, bro, I was wrong, he'll delete the post and say nothing. That's my only issue with him. Instead of just admitting that I was incorrect. That's it. I think within any community, just as a man, if you're wrong, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know, I was wrong, I made a mistake, let me move on. That's only my real issue with him.
Yeah, but man, he don't think he making no mistakes, man. And if he do think he making mistakes, I mean, but at the end of the damn day, man, that's how he feel. That's his opinion. That's his scholarship, yo. That's why we present the information, yo. You know what I'm saying, to bat that down, yo. But if I see Wesley outside, I'm not going to say, I'm going to fuck you up for writing that book. Come on, yo.
Yeah, that's true.
Serious.
I got no problem. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with
that. I mean, like,
brother.
you got Jews. You got Orthodox Jews. You know what I'm saying? They walk around with the thing on their head and be walking the temple on Saturday, don't drive no cars, and you got the Jews drive cars. Dude, they don't be trying to kill each other based off of their doctrine like that. They had their disputes, whatever they're going to do, and that's what it is.
Right. I understand that.
Dude, ain't nobody mad. Look, if you think I'm mad at the dude with the show, because he called me up and we did an interview. I don't know if you heard that one.
Which one? I just heard the most, you know, I keep my ears to the ground. Like, you know, I just saw he put up a interview that you and him did. I think it was yesterday, or
right. So did you listen to the whole 2-hour interview?
Yes, I did. Of course, I did.
Right. So whatever point you thought I was trying to defend, at the end of the day, that nigga just as crazy as me. Think about it. You want me to hate Wesley, but yeah, you don't hate your family, just Christians. You don't hate the white people you work for. Like, come on, son. What's the difference, Joe? Tell me what's the difference, Joe.
I think what he was saying is that...
No. What's the difference? What's the difference, Joe?
In terms of...
What's the difference between Wes Muhammad saying, fuck my yacht, And the Christians you go to work with saying, fuck voodoo, because they say on the regular basis and you're going to hell, and they're your family members and you still go to eat with them, what's the difference? And working for white people, work for white people, take money from white people, what's the difference?
You have to let him answer that, brother. I can't.
Could he answer it on the thing, on the interview? Could he answer that?
I think he said that. I don't remember. I don't remember his answer for that. I'd have to replay that part. To be honest with you, I don't remember his answer for that. I can only speak for me, but like I said, I hate to see when the good thing though. I don't think the interview was done in anger or anything like that. You guys both talked, and that's cool. Dude. I just didn't like how you sounded, man, because I feel like you're somebody I want to be able to defend. I just felt like I just couldn't defend the conversation. That's just me.
What part of the conversation about the passport?
Yeah, the passport thing. I can't defend that, bro. The passport and the anonymous slander video thing. That part, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about it either. But I don't want to hash the whole thing back up.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The individual you talking about, how many motherfucking videos has he made?
He's made a lot. He made a lot of videos.
Okay, whether the information is accurate or not, right? At what point do niggas get mad about you keep making videos about them? Let's get this established.
I don't know how long this video is. Actually, let me have a look how long it is because it's too long. I might have to. Hold on. But he says, how many videos he made. Okay, I see how long it. No, is it the one? Yeah. Well, we might be halfway through it. I replied to their videos. You heard White Semites Black Awakening. When the dude lied on his passport, when the anonymous slander video came out, I disassociated myself. Then I kept it pushing, and I made a video, White Semites Black Awakening. But anyway, Unc recently said, because I was like, man, I didn't even understand why he went at me. He said, I was salty because I felt like, you had information for the people, blah, blah, blah. So here is trying to act like I made so many videos, then they got mad and started dealing with me. No. I made a video to say I'm no longer affiliated with the Amen Ra Squad. Then I made the video White Semites Black Awakening, which is in the description of these videos and most of my videos. And then they took issues at that because they were on some Asiatic black man tip, they were on some Black Sumerians tip and all that, you know what I'm saying? And then I will reply, you know what I'm saying? Now, you heard him say, well, if let's say Wesley Muhammad says F my eye, then next month will be cool. And he kept saying, he wants me to hate Wesley Muhammad. I never thought about hating the dude, but the reason why the Amen Ra Squad was founded, created, was to counter the Allah team, and the Allah team that was Wesley Muhammad's crew. You know what I'm saying? And it invited the dude, and recently when we spoke, and I said, I'm not the one who invited him. He says, oh, it's not me who invited him. Man, you're the host of the channel. You think it happened without your consent? And I don't recall them being invited as guests on Wesley Muhammad's platform. But some people are like that. They'll invite people who are convicted child molesters, who teach the Africans are living the jungle life, who teach the Africans are not civilized, but they never get invited on their platform. You know what I'm saying? And you heard the brother Rohan mentioning the anonymous slander video, mentioning that, look, man, the passport, man, he can't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? You're clearly hearing the guy making excuses for why the other dude lied. And at one point, he even said we should interrogate the guy like a FBI agent or whatever. Man, what happened is that Booker T. Coleman, who goes by another name now, Kaba, I always struggle with his name. He was on there, and I talked about some quote from the Asiatic black man, and the Ishmael Allah dude took offense at that because, he was defending his lesson and he said, oh, you're lowering the vibrations of the show, blah, 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 blah. And then because I quoted some lessons for the 5%ers, I said, and he says, oh, you coming with some foolishness. And I said, so are you saying that the 5% of lessons are foolishness? He said, yes. So I took that clip, I put it up. Then, it didn't look good. And then he said, oh, I didn't hear the question well. Okay, fine. So he wanted to have a discussion with me. So it was a scheduled discussion on the Amen Ra Squad show. And I would ask him question, he would ask me question. So when I asked him, are Africans living the jungle life? He was buck dancing about it, but he said that's accurate information. He didn't want to say no because he believes in those teachings. You see? And then when I asked him the question about the passport, I don't know what popped in his brain, but the dude, said that indeed in the nationality field of his passport, it says more, which is one of the greatest lie ever told and one of the most ridiculous lie ever told. I even asked him, can you show and prove that? And he said, if I have to, absolutely I will. So that's the story, man. It's not me like waking up like, okay, tell me about your personal life. Tell me, man, it's ridiculous. But anyway, let me just finish playing this thing for the record. Then for those who arrived recently, I will play again Sa-Neter disrespecting West Indians, and then I'll open the lines.
In terms of his videos,
let's say Wesley Muhammad said, "Mayat, we got to not teach our children." Man, he said something like that, right? And I'll make 100 videos about that. I'm right because Wesley said that. But at what point am I overkill? At what point do I not have the compassion to say, "You mean lit up off of that"? I just keep making videos about this guy. At what point does that become overkill?
That's a question you'd have to ask him.
I don't have to ask him. He should know that. Like, I don't beat up on Yasharel 365 days. I at least give him a day off. Give a nigga a day off.
I'm not sure who he's talking about right now. When he says Yarashuvel. I don't. Maybe somebody I spoke to or I heard say something and I took issue with that. But I have a good memory, but that name doesn't ring a bell to me. Just for the record.
I don't know.
Saying beat up the Hebrews for 11 months and give them a damn month. Damn.
I think, let me just give you my opinion on that, on the Wesley issue. On the West.
Now, don't go thinking I made 100 videos about that Yarashuvel or whatever. I'm saying he's extrapolating.
Wesley Muhammad specifically, I think it's because Wesley Muhammad has a PhD. Wesley, I can.
Wafong wrote Nasi Yashu. I don't think I address him, because then it wasn't known that he had like Sa-Neter said, molested a girl, an underage girl. At that time it wasn't known. So I don't think it was talking about him, But honestly, I'm not even sure who exactly he was talking about and what it was about, But Wesley, we're going to hear Rohan speak on it.
Tell he's a little arrogant here, and he should be because he does have a PhD. So it's the arrogance. I can see it when he talks and everything, and I kind of like it. But it was kind of fun to watch Shaka bring him down a little bit. But
all right, but okay, but he did all of that, and he stopped making educational videos. He got so caught up in making videos about what niggas were saying that he got away from the thing that made him who he was,
Doesn't that ring a bell? Those guys know each other, man. Hawk is in Sa-Neter's ear. Butler Reggie is in Sa-Neter's ear. When you highlight something that's inconvenient to them, then they accuse you of dealing with it, of talking about it. The guy, like you see what Wafong quoted? So he lied about what's on his passport. So what? And you see what's at the top of the screen here on the video? I defend my friends right or wrong. That's a house of consciousness mentality. I defend my friends right or wrong. And back then, we were not even dealing with child molesters. Now it's a new day now. Convicted child molesters are invited and respected on the House of Clowns, on the HOK, House of Clowns, man. And they want to give us more lessons. They want to tell us, oh, deal with the information. And those are the guys who make anonymous landed video. I mean,
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. And how you not see that?
Before I forget, this exchange reminded me of another brother called Mike, who called the Amen Ra Squad show and said, look, that's messed up, man. You know what you're doing. And brother Mike came on my Blog Talk Radio broadcast, and his father also came, and he gave a testimony because he had went to the Louvre Museum, and he was saying about how much artifact there is. I had a video back then. I must still have it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But I remember the brother Mike also. He called them up. He was like, "No, you guys are on some BS, just straight up." So they didn't feel good then because several people, either on the show, their show, on Blog Talk Radio, would tell them, you guys are foul for that, and even in writing in the comments as well. So that's why the Ishmael Bey dude, he goes by Ishmael Bey now, but back then he used to go by Ishmael Allah. He accused me of creating several accounts to type comments, man. I mean, those people, man.
Right, we all make those mistakes and keep doing that shit.
I've done
it.
True.
Yeah, come on, dude. You
true.
make the best videos with going to the Louvre, and you too busy banging on each other. We be banging hard on each other, which is cool. Don't get it wrong. And I'm glad he stood up and did that. But you can't get mad at me because I invited him on the show. Like, really, nigga? Like, everybody.
You heard that? Now, when I was it was either on Smash Rockwell show, but I think it's when I was on Sanetta's show, one of the last time I was on there, when I was waiting to get my time to speak, and Onk immediately, not immediately, but after a time, before I even spoke, Onk started going at me, blah blah blah, and then at one point I said, "Look, man, I'm not the one who invited Wesley Muhammad." Onk said, "I'm not the one who invited him." And now, what did he just say? You heard what he said. You see, those guys lie all the time, and we catch them on their lies in their own words, and then they mad at you, they hate you, and then they say you're slandering people.
I get a chance to come on the Raw Squad show.
No, I don't have a problem. On the show.
Huh?
I don't have a problem with you inviting Wesley on the show, but I don't have a problem with that. I like to hear his perspective on what he's thinking.
But he did. And he did, and so I feel like, well, if you really feel that way about Wesley, fly your little ass over here and bang him in his mouth. Because you can't say, I'm scared. Listen, you can't say, I'm scared of Wesley. You live across the ocean. You can't say that. You can't tell me that I'm scared, but you live across the ocean. I don't see you flying over here, banging him in his mouth. That's my whole point. That's what I'm saying. I don't got to be right about the passport. That's Ishmael shit to explain. For real, to be honest with you.
I guess
you can't say I'm scared, though. You can't tell. Listen, yo, if a nigga shoots your house up to dead tomorrow, right?
Right.
I can't tell you, yo, you scared for not going to get that nigga. No, why don't you go get that nigga then? See, I learned that, yo. It's people in prison for their whole life because somebody put a battery in their back, yo. I'm telling you, I've been in this thing. Trust me, man. I've been in the streets forever, yo. I done been down them roads, yo, where, come on, man. If you the man, has to make the decision on what you want to do. And depending on how you figure out what you got to do, you make your choices. Another man can't tell you whether you're scared or not, and not be willing to take care of that for you. Because then you're just a battery, yo. I know you're saying, what the hell is I'm saying? I'm saying it's clear, yo. You can't tell me I'm scared of Wesley Muhammad because I didn't do what you thought I should have did. You across the water. Anything I say out my mouth, I will say to a person's face. That go for every Hebrew, I go to New York, anywhere I go, I see these dudes, and I'm looking in their face. From Lord Abbott like 6'10", yo. Damn, man, 7 foot, bro.
I haven't heard from him in a while, actually.
Man, I'm looking at this nigga saying, I can't look at this nigga eye to eye. He's so damn big.
You heard Rowan say, I haven't heard from him in a while, man. I'm telling you, what's so funny. He was supposed to have a discussion with me. I'm telling you, I think it was 3 times in a row, but at least twice he had some excuse. His connection was bad, blah, blah, blah. It was so funny. So, indeed, we didn't hear about him for a while, but hey, that was then.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Come on, yo. So, like, either we just be running up on each other, shooting each other down all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or we say what we say and let that shit go.
All right.
It's about the truth. It's about the truth. Yeah, I know it is about the truth. So why don't you move your ass over here and be about the truth? Don't be about the truth across the ocean. Because that ain't the truth across the ocean.
So now, if I address somebody in Australia, I have to buy a flight ticket, a plane ticket, fly to Australia to have a discussion with the dude. I mean, that's so ridiculous. But you see, I constantly they've been bringing up my geographic location. I mean, dang.
The truth is right here. If you call a nigga bitch, you right here. And when you go to a lecture or something, you see that nigga, you look him in the face and say, I said you a bitch. That's the truth. The truth ain't you across the ocean and call a nigga a name or make videos about him. That ain't the truth where I'm from. So I don't need nobody to defend my conversation or nothing because I know what the truth is. The truth is being able to say what you say and mean what you say and being able to stand behind that. But if you many, many moons away, you really can't do it. So you should make your videos, do what you do, and then at some point, get your foot off the gas.
Get your foot off the gas. Stop applying pressure. You're crushing us. Stop applying pressure.
Where I will concur with you is that, like me personally, I think he's one of the.
You see, if you're sparring, you're sparring. Then if it's a boxing match, you're only here to play. You know what I'm saying? So some people act like they want to, get on the ring, and once you're on the ring, like, oh, you're hurting us, Shaka, you're hurting us, man.
Better dudes out in terms of getting information out, but I will agree with you that what made him special, I think he probably has other things in his life right now anyway, was him putting out those videos about African history and so forth and so forth. And I mean, I love those videos. Those are my favorite videos, especially like Introduction to Kemet. I think that's one of his best work.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, yo. Yeah.
He's just focusing on information. I definitely give him that. For me, as far as when he goes get at people, I only enjoyed the Wesley Muhammad thing because from an educational standpoint, for me, Wesley has a PhD in it, and I knew it pissed him off that he could not get at this guy. So that's my, I took personal enjoyment out of watching that. That's all.
I know, yo, but what part of that is African, though, yo?
In terms of what? Like,
African is saying what you mean and mean what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm living in America. Wesley, your book is a bunch of shit. When I go to the lecture, I see you there, Wesley. Wesley, your book is a bunch of shit.
I think he mentioned that Wesley Muhammad invited him to a debate, and then Wesley Muhammad canceled.
Okay,
he did say that.
However that went, but the fact still remains to be over here, yo. You can't be throwing silos many moons away. Constantly. That's my point. You can do your thing,
okay,
but at a certain point, you should be here, yo. And that's just some straight up and down. That's what it is type shit.
So
like,
go ahead.
No, I'm saying is, come on, man. Like, you got to understand our lingo. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I cussed at you, don't mean it's World War III. I just cussed at you. I called you a sucker. I called you a sucker. Next week, you didn't call me a sucker. All right, nigga, you thought what I did was a sucker. You just came over here and said, yo, I can't defend what you said. So what I supposed to get mad at you? If you just say, that was some bullshit, you were saying on that interview that was some bull, I'm like, yeah, you might have been some damn bullshit. But that don't mean you hate me. That don't mean that every time you call a show, come on, yo. You get what I'm saying? That's the language we use in America. That's what we do.
Okay, bro. I mean,
like if I use the word nigga, If I use the word nigga, if I call you a nigga, that don't mean I hate you. I just called you a nigga in conversation.
Right. I feel you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, just, I just wanted to get your perspective on it because I was listening to it. I didn't like it because you just didn't sound well. To me, you just sounded all over the place, bro. The reason why you sounded that way is because you really defended someone else's argument, which I don't think you should be doing anyway. But I understand.
Man, I'm going to defend. Listen, yo, I'm going to defend because I know shit. I know when it's foolishness.
All right, that's fine, man. That's cool, man.
Think about that, yo. Think about it. Really think about it. What is on a passport? I have never seen a passport. My record won't let me get a passport, yo. So I don't know about a passport. But I don't know what's on the passport. But I will surmise that certain things are on it and certain things are not.
Well, I can tell you there's no more in the passport. Let's forget about it, though, bro. There are more important issues. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it, man, from talking to you personally.
Okay. So if ain't no more than passport and the person say it is, then you know he bullshitting, right or wrong, yo. That's common sense.
Yeah, I mean, listening to it.
That's common sense, yo. If you say big ass is on a passport, I know you just tripping.
Listening to it, let's say this. Hold on.
We got 60 seconds. We got 60 seconds. Call the number 347-857-2055. Right now, me and the brother is talking about an interview that I did the other day. But go ahead.
Let me be 100% honest with you. What it sounded like at the time when I first heard that interview with Ishmael Allah and Shaka Ndiwu-Kemet, it sounded as if Ishmael Allah was saying, we all know that there's no more in the passport than the nationalities here, right? Now, when Ishmael Allah gave that answer, right, it sounded as if because he had some Islamic values or something to do with Islam, and he didn't want to go against something else or maybe a doctrine or something, that's why he was saying that. We all know he was bullshitting. I'm sure Shaka knew he was bullshitting. But
no, he don't know that. No, he really think he was 100% serious on that like that. He really did, yo.
I mean, I don't think he could. Come on, man. No one could.
He did, yo.
I mean,
you see how many times he asked me that question, yo? Wait, did you see how many times he asked me that question? I actually thought that he would make a good police at that point. You know, ask you the same question a different way 100 times until you get the desired result.
We had a discussion on Kanai, and that's what Rohan was referring to. Now, if I ask him the question so many times, because as you can tell, he's making excuses for a falsehood. There's no Moorish or more in the nationality field of any passport worldwide. Please show it to me, let alone from America. And you can all hear how he's capping for the dude, just like some people have been capping for a bachelor's degree in history. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say right now, Pan-Africans, many, if not most of them, are like that. As long as they are older than you, they'll tell you some straight up BS, and they'll try to talk their way out of the BS, and eventually they will tell you, oh, you don't understand the African way, or you don't understand because you're too young. When you mature, you will know. A lot of Pan-Africans are nothing but some grown men, dumbass, who come up with anything that pops in their brain just because they are older than you, and then they try to talk their way out of it. They cannot say, I was wrong, my bad. But anyway, that was for the record.
I know, man. It's like, for me, like, put it this way. Shaka takes his scholarship seriously, man. He takes it on a whole different level.
Right, that's my point. But at what level would that be?
I don't want to say it's old, and I just wanted to get your opinion.
Right, why is he still mad about that?
I'm not.
Man, I don't like falsehood. What the heck? But it's funny that you can hear that, brothers and sisters. I was looking for something else. I found it, and it validates a lot of things that I've been saying for years.
I'm mad about it, bro.
No, not you.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you're so mad about that.
I'm not.
I apologize for the jungle life thing, right?
Yeah.
You heard Unc say it himself. He said, I apologize for the jungle life thing. And I hope that in a few months or in a few years, no matter how long it takes, some people will apologize for having convicted child molesters on their platform and then try to disrespect me and others for being against that. Oh, side note, that clip that Wab Funk made, and thank you, from the Frankie live stream, where he says, "Oh, that French guy, French N word. Hey, I know you're listening with ching ching." And then he said, "With his panties on," and he says like the hot panties, whatever. And that suspect, brothers and sisters, how many men do you know talk about somebody else saying, "Oh, I know you're watching with your panties on, hot panties." That's suspect as hell, man. That's like, like, oh boy.
I was wrong with the topography of it. Brother Jonathan brought that out. Dude, I kept it moving. It ain't that heavy. I never was mad. You know, we had a discussion over the Sumerians. He's still wrong about that Sumerian shit.
He says, I'm still wrong. Now ask him today, for the record, for those who know him, it doesn't have to be public. Now, you're still rocking with this black Sumerian?
You don't know what we're talking about.
I'm not aware. My scholarship hasn't gone that far, so I can't really speak on that. I heard you guys discussing that as far as, but I don't know enough to give a solid. I could give my opinion.
How much do you got to know? Math, reading, and writing comes from where, yo? Where is Nilo-Saharan spoke at first, yo?
Okay. So
if I'm speaking English, then I would have had to run across some English-speaking people. Now what, yo?
I would summarize so, yeah. I would say so.
Think about it, yo. We African Americans, and we speak English. American English, right?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now, do we not got to run across some crackers to learn that language, yes or no?
Yeah, we have to run across someone who's speaking English in order for us to speak English.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Okay. So, with that being said, when people run across each other, what do? They either get raped, you raping, you enemy, right, okay.
Right.
So, why is it so hard to think that there were some African people in Sumer? They brought that Nilo-Saharan language, right, with trade. They brought some type of math and science. Why is that so hard? Why is that out of the realm of possibilities?
I don't remember what you guys. I think that was a sticking point between you guys when you were talking in the interview. I think it was about the color of the Sumerians or something like that. I forgot what it was exactly. You guys were going on and on about.
It was at 2000 BCE, man. 2000 BCE is the Gutian period. Anybody can look that up. Look it up right now. Gutians. The Sumerian dynasty that was the Gutian dynasty is 2150. They overran the Akkadians.
I ain't gonna say who. Claim that the standard of ore is Gutians, but recently you heard somebody say that as well. The British Museum doesn't say they're Gutians. I don't know where they got that from, but it was funny back then.
Okay. So, but the Akkadian dynasty wasn't the first dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So what was the first? The first dynasty, these brothers and sisters spoke a Nilo-Saharan language. And then you see the quote-unquote Akkadians.
So people in Sumer spoke a Nilo-Saharan language?
Semitic names on the king's list come in.
Okay.
So it's time periods. Just like you got what? You got Americans, am I correct? But you got the Native Americans, correct? And then you got the European Americans, correct? And you got the African Americans. But the original Americans would be the natives, wouldn't it?
Right.
Not unless you want to try to act like Africans was here, you can play all that shit you want. But the people that came across certain areas, these niggas was not sub-Saharan African. These native people that was native to this that ended up here first was not African, no matter what niggas want to say. That ain't what Ivan said. That ain't what no real scholarship say. So the point I'm making is you got Native Americans.
On that statement that you just made. So what do you think when Sarnetta says that? That we were always here.
That we was what?
We were always here. So whatever you
I don't know.
I just laughed.
You can hear that Sarnetta was pseudo then as well, you know?
I just
I mean,
laughed.
that's a nigga scholarship on that. I don't know. I don't believe that shit, man.
Him and
I don't
that's
do that
always
shit
this
at all.
way, you know what I'm saying? They always say that we were always here. I'm like, all right, man, but you know, it's cool, man. But yo, let's keep up the good work, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay
Yeah, man, and I ain't mad at my man, you know. Shaka, my man, yo, he's straight, yo. He know he need to stop that shit, though, man. He need to stop that shit, man. He ain't always right about everything, just like Brother Unc ain't right about everything, yo.
Yeah, you know,
come on, man.
Good work, man, and you know.
Oh, that was the end. Now, for those who arrived recently, here, listen closely how Sarnetta, aka Frankie, disrespects West Indians.
This is
Willie Lynch.
So why should they listen to you?
It's Willie Lynch
This
right
is
here.
Willie Lynch at his
It's Willie
best.
Lynch.
Willie Lynch at
Another
his
West,
best.
another West
Willie Lynch.
Indian.
Go ahead.
Another West Indian.
Another
Willie
West
Lynch.
Indian.
Go over
Another
to
West Willie
Get this,
Lynch.
another damn West Indian.
Another West
bootlicking ass
Indian.
nigga.
Willie Lynch.
Another bootlicking.
Willie Lynch.
You gonna come in my face, man? You
Yeah.
ahead, man. You don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on the plantation.
Ass nigga, man.
Protecting the cracker.
I don't know if you heard it, but Sarnetta said, "You don't know nothing about the black nation, man." The arrogance, man.
Protect the cracker. Go ahead. No, you still on the.
You don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on.
Man, you don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on the plantation.
Ass nigga,
Protecting the cracker. Protect the cracker. Go ahead. Protect Whitey. Protect Whitey.
Keep on protecting Whitey, nigga.
Where the fuck is he? These white folks, these black people come to the aid of this white man. Yeah, come on back, brother. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
Come on back. I gotta
Come on,
Man,
shut up. Come on.
You work for the white man.
Come on over here.
You work for the white man.
Shut the hell up.
You work for the white man. You work for the white man.
Your damn self.
You work for the white man.
All you goddamn banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us something.
Yeah.
All you banana boat motherfucking West Indians come here and try to tell us something.
They're gonna drop
Come on, man.
you all
All
here
you
and
banana
drop
boat
you off.
motherfuckers come
Yeah,
here
but
and
you
try to
don't have
tell
to pay
us
for the
something.
banana boat.
You can't tell us a damn thing. You want to kiss the white man ass, you kiss his ass.
You know that
You want to kiss his ass, you kiss his ass. Don't come here and try to tell us. All you goddamn motherfucking banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us what to do.
Who
Get the hell out of
owns
here.
rich and who owns everything on this block? You?
Get the hell out of here.
Foreigners own
If you
everything on
want to
this
kiss the
block.
white man butt, you kiss it. Don't come tell us what to do.
We can't even buy a bagel from you.
You don't
Why
tell
you
us what
own
to
that?
do, man.
You can buy a DVD from us and free your mind. You can buy a book from us and free your mind.
They're all
You can buy a book from us and free. You can buy a book from us and free your mind. Willie Lynch.
All you Willie Lynch niggas.
Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch. You bootleg. You's a bootleg Negro. You's a bootleg African. You a bootleg African. You a bootleg African. A bootleg African. You shouldn't even be proud to say that. You a disgraceful Jamaican. That's what you are. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. Here come the other one.
Down.
All right. I'll share the link to get on the panel. I'm going to read the comments, and I have a surprise tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have Sarnetta disrespecting black women. Yes. You will see if I'm bluffing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to prepare the link now. So let me prepare that. I want to talk about family members. I want to talk about my mom and dad. All right. So tomorrow. Oh, damn. Hold on. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is going to be 4 p.m. EST. And then I'm going to use that. Okay. Just one moment. I'm going to share the link. So here, there. Make this members only for the chat. That's it. Now the link. That's it. So here in the chat, you have it. That's going to be for tomorrow. So let me go to the comments, but I'll share the link if anybody wants to get on the panel. And if nobody gets on the panel, I guess I can call it a day. It's been 2 hours, 17 minutes already. Now, V. Bennett wrote, he being defensive right now. Donnie Williams wrote, Ong is good at reversing things. Carter should have just hit him from the get-go. They don't have more on it. It's talking about the passport. On straight line. Ong is just manipulative and gaslighting. He calling lying common sense. See, no accountability or integrity with these dudes. Gaslighting. Their scholarship is reduced to name calling. On straight manipulated the entire convo. Donnie Williams laughing at that. They fear you because you're not a groupie. Now, I've shown that already before. No groupie scholarship from Shaka. Zero scruples. Gaslighting again. No standard. Onk is a gaslighting pimp. Onk sound like he's talking to a prostitute. Shaka, they don't like this because of your scholarship is all. They take it personal. Wab Funk wrote delusional. Does Onk know how the internet works? Or Google Passport? He is now evading the identity question. What's really bad, this video shows how much Onk is willing to be manipulative. Dang, he apologized. Good job, Onk. There's decency in you. He is definitely insecure, Shaka. These guys project a lot. Damn, Onk, was that... Vibenet is asking, damn, Onk, was that dumb back then? Oh my God. Did he just say rape? At one point he said rape, like when he's talking about population back then, they used to rape. I mean, everything to get away from the conversation. They're saying things. A lot of times people speak, they don't really think too much. And I know sometimes I speak, I look for my words and my pause, but I'm being very careful with what I say. It's better than just talking and having to clarify or take back or apologize. Take your time, think about what you're saying, then say it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to run around saying Ma'at is a bird, because we've seen Reggie trying to justify that. I mean, those people, man. Now, what the hell is he talking about? Where did he get this from? One guess. Ish and Abba. But not about West Indians. You heard right, V. Bennett. That's what Sanetta said. I work somewhere, Lord. He's supposed to be Dominican. Houseway. So West Indians and Africans are a problem for them? Shameful. Shanji Kem wrote Hotel family. No, that's the unconscious commies. Ridiculous. That's just dividing, separatist, and hateful. Is as bad as Farrakhan. He said you can buy a book and free your mind, but I don't think they read those books themselves. I don't think they read them either. All right. So should we cut it there, brothers and sisters? Because I don't have anybody on the panel. Link to get on the panel. People may be scared to get on the panel and speak because Sanetta is gonna call the names and say that they're watching with their pennies on or something. I don't know, man. But I don't blame anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame anybody. I wait like a few minutes and if there's nobody, we cut it a day, man. But hey, I came across some good archive, man. Because that convo speaks volume, man. Speaks volume. You can imagine, man. Several people are telling them, Oh, we have a Aquan Hardcore who, as usual, doesn't want to use a webcam. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the brother, man. Now that brother Aquan, he's like into that indigenous black people in America thing. The 12 tribe chart. So now he bounced now. But he never wants to show his face. V Bennett wrote, "I'm at work, fam. Just got to jump on tomorrow. Fine. They have not changed. Well, unfortunately, they have. I thought those people changed, and then it's surprising. Like, man, these guys indeed they haven't changed, man. They're the same, man, if not worse. They might be a bit more laid back. They might have a little bit more decorum, but you scratch the surface a little bit, and you will hear the xenophobia. You will see the love and appreciation and respect for the child molesters. Man, it's crazy." Oh man, telling you, a lot of people, about these guys like a couple of years, but dang, man, a decade ago, I knew about those guys. You know what I'm saying? And you think they changed, and like, okay, they have different stance now, but dang, I have James Powell, Elder.
Hey, what's going on, Shaka?
Oh, chilling, brother. Did you hear what they said about the West Indians, Elder?
Hey, I didn't come in the chat or anything, but I was doing some painting and stuff inside the house, so I just listened in. But man, I heard all of that mess. That's crazy, and I know it was back in the day, and really I never even saw that video. I don't think I saw a lot of his 125th Street activities, but I can't remember seeing that one. But I wanted to come on to say, time is something else for all of us, and it should change you to make you better if you intend on being that way, because I know when you're young, we make mistakes, all of us. I did when I was young. I'm still not, like the Bible say, perfect. You're supposed to strive to be perfect, to be like Christ, and he was a perfect one, so-called. But, all you got to do is look at Unc, and not trying to put him out on Front Street, but just being factual. Look at Unc, look at Sinetta, look at whoever you saw back then, and that's been some years now.
Yeah.
And look at them today. Look at them today, and see how much change has been made and in which direction. That's how you do things. You talk about critical thinking, and I don't know if that's part of it right there, but that's how I always thought in my day. And I caught a lot of backlash from many people, even teachers sometimes, when they be explaining things, and I'd be always asking questions. They tell me, "You ask too many questions." But hey, if you want to know something, you're supposed to ask a question, and that's what the teacher was for, to teach you or answer your questions. They're the teacher. But hey, just look at them. If they did some changing, and I did mention on one of your shows a while back how Sinetta said, hey y'all, I think he had 2 contestants on there debating or whatever, and they was getting at each other, and I think they was pretty close head to head with it, and one needed a little help to nudge ahead, and he looked over and said, "Didn't I do that, Sinetta?" And Sinetta, he kind of thought about it for a minute. He said, hey, look here, man. Y'all leave me out of it. This debate is between you two, so y'all work it out or fight it out. And when I saw him do that, in which he's still kind of he got his favorites that he'll kind of look out for. I see that. I still see that going on. But right then he did say that. Y'all leave me out of that. And it's just not smart to make good decisions 1 minute and then make all these crazy, wild decisions later on. And that's what I see that's going on. But go ahead, Shaka.
Oh, I'm listening and I agree. I mean, and what's funny to me is just the groupies, man. I mean, since
Yeah.
when it's been cool to invite convicted child molesters on your platform? You know what I'm saying? And so you have those people who celebrate the death of black folks. You have the convicted child molesters. We have the xenophobia coming from Onk, coming from Reggie, and now people may be surprised to hear it coming from Sanetta himself, the one who greets by saying peace and black power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just so fake, man. It's just so fake and it's incredible, man. So hey, I don't know what they're gonna say, but like I said, tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST,
I heard you.
gonna be Sanetta disrespecting black women. People are gonna be surprised at what they're gonna hear. And then he's
When
gonna say, "Oh, it's gonna be all the slanderous French N word." Like, when is it slander? When you quote people, when you play them, you know. But hey, they have those talking points,
yeah, yeah. And like I've told you, and Andrea's told you, and I'm quite sure a lot other people told you, especially for the ones that don't know, and they're really getting into the excited times right now. Heard them say, "Oh, debates are coming back." I think Garfield or somebody said that. I'm glad to see that debates are coming back, and it's just an exciting time. Like Chris Harris and Tazariak, and they're debating, I believe, over Christianity or something in that area. Even though it's all a lie, and just to me, fake and put on stories, myths. It's just something for us to do, and I believe that we could do better things, man. That's just my opinion. A lot of us don't know. Sanetta had some on his channel last night about black men and women. I don't know how many of y'all saw that. I peep in on him a lot, and if I feel like I want to say something, I'm gonna say it. He used to get at me and sometime take away some of my comments, but I try to be straight up and at least say what I feel. If I'm wrong, somebody's gonna get back at you in these chats and let you know, or at least ask you more questions to see how for real and how truthful your statement is. And he never got at me, but I made some statements on that because the black man and woman, man, it's a disgrace today. And the woman don't look real good. I love my women folks, and I've heard a lot of the Muslim women. They had one real good Muslim woman that spoke on the submission of women to their men, and that's how the Muslim usually liked it. But
is it the one on TikTok?
I can't remember her name, but she would be trying to school the women and teach them, about how to be submissive and to not be so hard on their men folks. And to be honest with you, I'm just glad to hear anybody talk like that, not just the women, but the men folk need to be talked at too, because that was finally, talked about last night. It's just that a lot of work needs to be done because we've been beat down. Now that I've had time to look at stuff. When I was younger, man, I was too busy trying to see what life was about and have fun. And then as I got older, my family, I'm trying to raise my kids. I just had too much going on to really take a look at what this thing life was really about. But now that I'm retired, I can take time and thank God for Google or whoever. But man has invented all this stuff and made it up, and it's for the use of other men and women, of course. Y'all women folks, I ain't leaving y'all out. But I'm just thankful for Google and any information avenue that's out there that's gonna give you something positive for sure. They can put whatever they want to put in these the way wherever you get your information from, they can put it down the way they want you to have it. Whoever's got control of, information and communication, they can give you what they want you to hear and read. I know that. But we got a lot of black folks out there now over there in Africa bringing back facts and giving it to us and making all the other ones be straight up and for real. And that's good because it's sure teaching me and showing me what we need to do. And really what I see us needing to do right now as a people, especially the ones, well, we're scattered everywhere. We know that. But we need to learn how to we got to learn how to get ourselves together and come together as a people and stop all this bickering because we're just doing too much of it. And when they can get at the family and tear the family apart, the job is just about done, brother. Because it all starts, it used to be like that back in my day. We'd all sit down at the table eating, and that's where our discussion would go on about things of the day and even news, stuff like that. We all sit down and talk. And today everybody's so fast in and out, too busy to do this and that, too busy for your children. Television is raising them up and all that kind of stuff. They're tearing us up, man. And we need to open our eyes and see it, people. Because if not, before long, I see how Dwayne Wade, they was talking, they steady got that in the news, how he's done backed his son. He's been back now to have a sexual change, and he done changed his name to a girl's name. And, I don't know.
Still underage.
Yeah, and he got all the genitals and everything else that a man's got. And that goes for these women that want to be men and having periods and stuff. I don't care how much man you want to be if you're a woman. If you're a young woman and that monthly cycle comes, you're going to have it if you're thinking you're a man or not. So, it's just crazy. We in a mentally crazy situation here today. And looking back at a lot of the old ancestors now and scholars, I'm going to tell you, Amos Wilson just comes to my mind so regular when yeah, man. He comes to my mind so much, and I just thank God for him and that I got a chance to be able to see some of his stuff, man. Because that statement that he made, and he said, for us as a people, we just ain't in our right minds. That's just all it is. We've been set up to do things that the white man need us to do to keep his game plan going on. And we're constantly doing it so that he can stay afloat and be, the best, especially in this country. I don't know about the world. He got his ways. He deals with the world too out there. And I know I'm running my mouth a lot, but I had to catch it because it looked like nobody didn't want to come on the panel. And I said, it's a chance. Nobody else on there. I ain't gonna be holding nobody else up. I'm out here walking in the yard, man, and I like to do this in the evening. I've been doing stuff all day, but it's a cooling down period now, and I be trying to catch you. I'm
on the panel too, old school.
Okay, well, I guess it's about time for me to shut up. I'll shut up then. I'm sorry. Let somebody else talk. I thought I was gonna have a chance.
I'm messing with you.
Okay, but I just wanted to come in and holler at Shaka. And just give my opinion of all the facts he gave us today. That's why I subscribed to you, brother, because I saw that you had some straight up in you and some for real. But most of all, you got to have some heart, man. I saw little old bitty small football players, and I know y'all can look at them. I played football in all the different sports, but I saw a lot of them that was little, man. And look at little Spud Webb when he was playing basketball. That little old joker could get up on the rim and dunk. He went by around 5'6". I don't think he was no higher than that. You got to have heart today to make things happen. And if we don't develop some heart as a people and stand up, especially us men folk, and stand up and be a man, they're going to have all our black behind walking around in dresses and talking with a high voice and acting like we're a woman, even though we not. They just going to be done changed our personality and made us even submit more. It's all right with being beat in a war, and they did that back in the day. But sooner or later, with all the different facts and stuff that we got today and how all that went down, we got to be able to stand up after a while and do something about this mess and get ourselves back on track so that we can redirect our young boys and make them into young men so that they can do the same for their children once they get up, because life's not going to stop. It's just how you go about living life and how you let somebody else put you in a position to live it too. Young man, let me let you go on and talk now, and I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, you covered a lot, so it's hard
Yeah,
for me
thank
to
you,
come
Elder.
after that. Yeah, I was just saying, Shaka, you know these guys from a long time ago. I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, anybody that has any knowledge, any common sense, and go against the narrative, they're not gonna like that, you know. And that's what it is. If you was from America, they would have found some other reason to try to shame you, because
Yeah.
yeah, because when someone see that you are righteous and you are going to do the right thing, and they are not on the same agenda, they always going to try to make the public see them as the good ones, you know, and that's what these people do all the time. So every time they get caught up in their own lies, they will make up some nonsense to make the person that accusing them look bad. And
Yeah.
that's what you call smart people, you know. They think they smarter than everybody else. It's just a shame, you know, to see grown men behave in such way, because these are not 25-year-old, you know, these are 30, 45, 50-year-old men. And to be still acting that way, it show you the kind of nature that they have. And with this back and forth thing, like I was just looking at something earlier, and in Congo, you know what I'm saying, they still at war with each other, with some rebels still attacking the Congo people.
True.
And you know, and I couldn't believe, you know, like who supporting these rebels, who's sponsoring these rebels to attack people, like, and nobody from America, nobody in the Caribbean, no blacks around the world are not speaking about the things that are going on in Africa even today. So it just to show you like how messed up we are in the head. We don't pay attention to things that really matter. We over here bickering about where you from, and what's the next debate, you know, and stuff like that, just like old school said. So we have a lot of things that we could be doing. America is always quick to help Ukraine or help whoever have some kind of situation going on. But when it comes to black people, they don't never send them no aid, you know. And I know Congo is where a lot of the stuff begin, you know what I'm saying? So this is like the origin of our people. So I think people need to pay more attention to what's going on in the world, and we should be having these kind of topics to bring awareness, you know? So the people that in charge will take a look at it and take some kind of action. And the funny thing about it is sometimes if I know somebody that I really know, I will tell them where I'm from. But if I don't really know them and they ask me, I'll just tell them I'm international, because I haven't lived for like more than 10 years in one place, you know? But I'm a West Indian, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Caribbean. I'm from the Caribbean. And
So
so
how
most
do you
people,
feel about what you heard from Sanel? Did you hear when he
yeah,
talked
yeah,
about?
I was listening. Like I told you,
That's
you know
crazy,
that.
man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was saying I was wondering what was the context behind it, but it really don't matter. You know, it's something that Chingy said the other day. You know, when somebody, you know, a black man, you say what up, my nigga, and stuff. Like, when you get mad, you don't call him nigga, like you use it in a bad way. You know, so it's the same thing he was doing towards the guy. So no matter what the conversation was about, why did he have to go that far to call him uh from the banana boat and all of this stuff? Where he got this rhetoric
Banana
from?
boat N word.
Yes, where he got this rhetoric from? You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing like the people that was ahead when in Marcus Garvey time. They was mad that he was from the Caribbean and he was taking a stand that he was so popular or whatever the case may be, you know? So I feel like because he was from Jamaica, they felt a way about him being so intelligent and being so powerful. So it's the same thing with you know, like you stand out. You have knowledge, you smart, you don't need none of them to prove anything. So they don't like you for that. And that is a shame that or your own black people will feel that way, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about Saneda, everybody already see that this guy is wishy-washy, man. You can't trust anything he say. One day he said this, next day he said that. One day he loved black people, next day he ain't black. So it's like I really don't even like I told you, I can't even listen to this guy because it's just a headache, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what kind of grown man always talking about somebody private part in their mouth. You know, like who talks like that, man? I like for you to think that way is something really wrong with you. And the other thing, I heard that banana boat rhetoric when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's not nothing new. Like I told you, these things are European racism, racist supremacy, mental thinking, you know. So they're just using the words of their slave master, basically what they're doing. And like he said, he's talking about French and Haiti, and these people like they were just all over the place, you know what I'm saying? My passport say United States of I'm a citizen as well, you know, but I was born in the Caribbean, which for people don't know, it's not Dominican, is it has a place called Dominica. Which we talk English and French, which is Creole, they say. But yes, so I done heard it all. You know, I've been to different
Vous comprenez parler
states.
créole? Vous comprenez parler
Come again?
créole? Vous comprenez
No,
parler
no.
créole?
No, I
No.
left since I was like 9 years old. I only know a few words. I only know Missy and Bonjour and, you know, Sakafet and...
Sakafet, voilà.
Oui. But yeah, it's funny. Like I told you, like we have a long way to go if we still stuck on these kind of issues, you know. And I heard the old school was talking about the thing about what they was talking about yesterday, you know, about if black men able to lead black women, you know. That was the topic, like I said, but I can't look at it because I know the guy that's running the show is not serious. No matter how they try to act like they care about the topics or they concerned about this and that, I know they're not serious. They just doing this for views. And the same people that came on your show and tried to defend him is the same ones that was on the show last night. So it just show you it's beneficial to them. So they will, yeah, you know how a general have his soldiers and he send them out. That's what he do. He send them out to fight his battles. But anyway, they talking about black men leading women, but the women don't want to be led. Most of the women, you can't even consider them woman because as far as I'm concerned, what my sister is, what my mother is, most of these women are not. They don't carry themselves with dignity and self-awareness and respect. They don't care for knowledge. And the worst thing about it is these women that was on the panel last night, the majority of them was over 50, man. So this is grandma still looking for a man.
Even if he's a child molester, man, they take anybody.
You got a point. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. So, you know.
Hey, Shaka, I wanted to say something after him because he's a young buck, you know, and he's a sensible young buck that's looking for knowledge and truth. But he comes up out of good stock. It seems like, even though you come out of them, you talking about those foreign lands or foreign places. I'm not gonna ever say these cities because I'm back up here where I came from, and I'm in the Panhandle of Florida. You know, we just got out of February. I see my pear tree. They're blooming. My rose bushes got 2 or 3 flowers peeking out to be sure the weather is right before, the bum rush comes on. And it's just beautiful, man. But you gotta look at your upbringing. That's why I talk the way I do, because I had a grandmother. Man, I done talked about it before, her and my mother. And just the people up here in this area, you got a little bit of everybody. Now, don't get me wrong, but the majority back in the day was straight down to earth. They told you like it was. You were going to do like it was long as you was up under their roof. Now, when you got out from under it and you was ready to do your own thing, you did that. But while you were under their roof, you was going to do like they taught you. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm quite sure that a lot of people know what I'm talking about. And my grandma, the way she was, and I know a lot of us had grandma helping their daughters raise their children. It's sad, but even back when I was a child, I don't look down on my mother, not at all. But being young and immature, and when those body portions go to talking to you, you're gonna get them taken care of. That go for the women and the boys, And when you let's mess around and let those body parts get you to do things before you're well schooled and qualified, you end up, especially the sexual part of it, you end up making babies before the time is right. And those babies didn't ask to come here, so they still got to be taken care of. That's why I just honor grandma women for sure. They like to talk about us as we've gotten older, especially the youngsters, but I just smile at them, and if they'll listen, I'll talk to them. But if not, I just smile and go on about my business, because I think, and I've said many times before, and I've told many of them, you keep getting up in the morning, youngster, and you get to be an old pop too. But don't stop getting up now. And that's what's happening to a lot of the ignorant, immature, and unskilled people today, because they're out there doing unwise things, and it takes them away from here earlier than they should be going, man. And like I say, I just respect the grandmas out there, because they really helped their girls, and sometimes the boys too, that went out and made them babies before time. It helped them to help kids like me be here, so that maybe we could be some type of assistance like you, Shaka, to people that's looking for real knowledge and something that's going to, point them in the right direction, because their mother, wasn't there. Their dad, he was on dope or whatever, drugs took him out. That's the kind of stuff I see going on today, and it wasn't a lot of that back in the day. But like I've said about that young man, he comes from good people, man. I can tell that from the way he talks, first of all, and he thinks. It don't matter where you come from. It's what you're thinking and what your mindset is all about. I don't care how good you look, how fine you are. If you don't have nothing in that good-looking, fine body, or big, muscular, Hulk-looking body, you ain't got nothing in your head, better watch out. Your time might be running out before you want it to. But that's what I wanted to say about him. I see a lot of wisdom in him, and he's around real regular, and he's not scared to come on this panel. I used to hold back in the beginning with you, Shock. I used to hold back, but when I saw how they got on you over there at Smash, at Smash's little outlet, a hangout over there, when I first saw you then, and me and you started kind of talking back and forth with each other in the chat, I said to myself, it seemed like I didn't know you, but it seemed like he got something about him, I said, I'm like that with anybody. Even if you're a crook or no good, I'm going to look at you real good first to see why in the world you're doing it, if I can get to that point. But if not, just to see what you're about. And I wanted to see what you was about, Shocking. Smash, he got a lot of pizzazz to him. He's coming out the rapper area and field. And ain't nothing wrong with it, because I have a son, and he's an old son now. He started out trying to rap, but he never reached the big time. And he still messes with the little young boys now, trying to motivate them and direct them to be a good rapper, one that would make money to help him. But Smash, he good people, man. That's what I see. He ain't all that bad. I think all of us can be influenced, especially if you don't have the right kind of people around you. And you have to be careful of the ones that wants to push you in the wrong direction. And I've seen a lot of that too. And we have to have some backbone and strength when the time comes. Because when them ones try to push you or get you to go the wrong direction, you got to stand up to them and say, no, not today, bro. Or no, not today, sis. You know, that ain't me. You know, you got to be willing to do that. And if you can't, you just a follower, you know, when you do that. So I saw you wasn't quite a follower because you had some fight and bite in you. They was biting at you and you were biting back. I said, uh-oh. I say this fella Shaka here, he about something. So that's what got my attention with you, because all of them was messing with you. And I said, I'm gonna look at him a little longer, and I found out you had you had a channel, and I started looking at you on your channel, and then I found out you've been around just as long as a lot of them, man. So I say, I'd rather be, you know, I check them all out. Don't get me wrong, but I want to check him out a little bit more, because he got some backbone in him, and that's good to have. Like I was talking about, little Spud Webb, 5'6", that you can use. I don't know if y'all know about him out there, those you athletes, but check out a little joker in the NBA that played for the Atlanta Hawks named Spud Webb. He would come down the court, and if he got the right position and got a chance to get to the rim, he'd go up and dunk the ball, and he was 5'6". And it was other little small players like him also, but those are players that have, of course, athletic skills, but they push themselves a little harder because they are smaller in a big man's, you know, sport or whatever. And even football is the same way. You know, you got to have hard people. And that's all we need right now, is somebody that got backbone in the black race, or enough of us anyway, maybe to even motivate the rest of us that don't have it, because you have leaders and you do have followers too. We all have a job to do, in a position and a place to be in. The leaders got to do their job, and everybody else, if you're not a leader, do something to help with the situation. You know, get in there and help somewhere. Don't everybody try to be a leader if you're not, because when you put under pressure and have to do what Martin and Malcolm had to go through, are you willing to do that? Give your life for that position, or you know, wanting to be that leader at that time. Them men gave their life, and I respect both of them and all the black leaders we've had out there that's been fighting for us. Like I said, my time is about over, but I'm still gonna be fighting and pushing and giving what I can to maybe motivate somebody else. I'm getting knocks on the window because the old lady hear me talking loud. That's how I get, man. When I get motivated, I get elevated. I'm sorry if I'm still sounding too loud to y'all out there.
No, you don't sound loud at all. But when I was in the hotel, my wife, she had to tell me it twice, like, you know, because I was really shouting, like, you know, it was information then. Now it's no longer information. I mean, then, man, how many times Sarnetta spoke about child molestation when Africa Bambaataa, but that was just cloud chasing. That's all it was, because if he really cared about it, if he was really against it, he wouldn't have convicted child molesters on his platform. But hey, that's his choice here. He's gonna have to live with that, you know. But let me just propose to make our closing remarks. So well, James Powell, feel free, and then I'm gonna let Young Hero.
Okay, I'm gonna make it short and sweet, because I've been running my mouth too much already. Hey y'all, stand up for your people. And if you're black, we need more than that, than a little bit. Don't give up on us. I know we don't have it all together yet, but we got to get it together someday, if not in my lifetime. Like I said, my mother saw the first black president in Obama. And one day y'all gonna see us all come together and stand up as a nation and have to be dealt with respectfully. That's it, Shaka.
Thank you, Elder. Now, Young Hero, feel free to make your closing remarks.
Yeah, peace to you, Shaka. Peace to the panel. I just want to say, I don't know what you got going on tomorrow, but I think you got a presentation coming up soon, right? On the 3rd or the 4th?
Yes, Saturday. Saturday is the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. My mobile is there, but it is the. Hold on. Today, yes, Saturday the 4th is Christopher Davis. Yes, he did.
Okay.
At 4 p.m. EST.
Okay, I will be tuning in, and I hope to see a lot more people on the panel, because they like to say you gossiping. So when you do your presentations and we should have different discussions on different things. I hope more people will come in because they don't have any excuse.
Well, I hope there will be more people as well, but it's I think a lot of time people underestimate the influence that they can have. And really, some of us, we have friends, we have maybe colleagues, we have family members, and that's why many times I try to remind the people, you have the social media, you have, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, you have the text messages, you have the WhatsApp, even the emails, and if people try, they will be surprised that a few of their contacts will actually, get on board so we can have these different discussions, But
Yeah.
also, people, I don't mind if you make a donation. There's a Cash App, there's a PayPal, there's a super chat, super sticker on YouTube. Because it's been a while, I don't get any. I just come from Portugal. I did another museum, and I've been uploading videos to museums on a daily basis. So, and then we can see that there's not many comments, when I do the museum videos, just like when I live stream and deal with the Meta. But it's life, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, think about your brother. It takes expenses, what I'm saying. It's not just the museum entry, there's a plane ticket, there's a hotel, so try to think of your brother, if you can just, shoot me $1, that will help, and I'm talking to everybody. I'm not talking to one person specifically.
Yeah, totally understand. Appreciate you, man. Until next time.
Thank you very much. So, brothers and sisters, stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do a Necheru Hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge. No question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.